the new one. I guess the main one.
Which one is the main one?
The recent, like the one of me holding the flame.
Okay, so we'll start with that one. Okay. Yeah. There we go.
So like maybe they sent it to them, but yeah, when I was at Indy, anytime I need anything, I just went to Indy.gov. Anything to do with my license, anything to do with my company, my house, anything. Go to Indy.gov. They got all the documents, everything.
Okay. So I'm still doing my research on it. So then, Monday I'll know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then I know he has to be 18 before he can establish an LLC.
Mm-hmm.
So when he turned 18 next year, we're going to establish an LLC.
Mm-hmm.
But because we're trademarking his name, can anybody else use his name to do an LLC?
Mm-hmm.
That's what trademark protects, right? So he owns his name.
He sure does.
Okay, perfect. So then...
And then as long as he owns the name, no one but him can get the LLC. Because it's his name.
Correct. So can't nobody register a website or nothing?
If they do, you can sue them because that's your name.
Okay.
So let's say if McDonald's, for instance, wasn't a company yet, but they just thought about McDonald's. So we're like, well, I don't have a company yet, but I know I want to name it McDonald's. So if you're like, well, you know what? I have a company and I want to name it McDonald's, but they haven't did the company. You go and put the paperwork in. If they show proof that they had the name first, they can sue you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's perfect.
Yeah, you can't even make the website because you will have to make the website with their name. You see what I
Okay.
mean? Yeah, and if you own rights to it, it's illegal.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I
You okay?
want to make sure that I got him protected. Cause I don't want him to start selling shirts before it's trademark. Cause then I don't want nobody to be like, oh, let me steal his identity and end up owning it.
Yeah, do that first. Definitely do that first. Because some people think that since he's small, then you have time. But nowadays, how things go viral out of nowhere,
Yes.
you would never know. Like, you would have no customers today. He go out of town, people see the shirts, he come back with 100,000 orders that you never even expected.
Now, me and him talk about this all the time. What's your opinion? Because I feel like he already have enough followers to once his trademark to start marketing his apparel. Don't you think 184,000 people?
I
You
feel
don't
like-
need all of them to buy the shirt.
I feel like if you got one subscriber, you lit here. You like my stuff? Hey, friend, buy this t-shirt.
That's how I feel too. Because I feel like it's
You
passive
definitely have
income.
enough. It is.
And people love him. And I know them kids will buy the
They
shirts. 'Cause
will.
I told them we should do shirts and book bags.
I would have started before 185,000.
Me
I
too.
would have started as soon as I got monetized, even before I got monetized.
But
Because
like,
even though people
So
might
you
not
see
have
how
your
you and your
subscribers,
auntie agree with me.
yeah,
but
you mind me,
it has
boy.
to-
You mind me, boy.
Because you got to understand, we know the business side of things.
I mean, I know how YouTube is different.
And then, and then on top of that,
It's
another thing.
better.
Think about this one, right? Say if people don't know about your YouTube page, right? Say they just like the T-shirt. You start selling the T-shirt, and they're like, "Oh, where does it come from?" They're gonna Google it, and then your page come up. That's even more publicity. Like T-shirts is like free billboards everywhere.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's not. It's just like I would have to get design for me to like for me on it.
You don't like the one that you just got made?
But like that's good for like me. But like
Why you?
No, it's good for anybody. What you don't understand, people follow Hitler. People follow anything. I don't care what it is. Once you learn about history, about how it's somebody for everybody who's going to like something. People buy pictures of a line. A one line drawn on the paper. They will buy your stuff. I don't care
Because
what
it's
it
you.
is. Yeah.
And they like
yeah, I ain't that famous. So.
It doesn't
you
matter.
are.
You don't
Yes,
have
you
to be
are.
that famous. This is how you get famous. You don't have to
That's
start
true.
out that famous.
Like I told him when he was younger, it was a gamer. I didn't know who this gamer was. All I knew was my son liked him,
Mhm.
and he showed me a sweater. Like, Mom, I want this sweater. That's what parents do. We just know our kids.
Yeah,
like
we just know we
something
go to
and
the
we just
store.
go buy it.
Mm-hmm. Not only that, well, I'm sorry, one. But not only that, okay, you say you have 185,000 subscribers, right? That's 185,000 people who are, what is the word? Dedicated to you. They like you enough to push the subscribe button. You just said your last video was 400,000 views, which means these people might not be dedicated, but at least it's 400,000 people watching you. So you got almost double the amount just watching you. Not even subscribe, but watching you. So don't even go off the subscribers. Go off your who can see you.
Right.
So think about it this way. If you have 400,000 subscribers, would you be selling your t-shirts? It's the
Yeah.
same thing. What's the difference between a subscriber and a regular person? They both can see your stuff.
One is gonna buy it more than
You
the
don't
other.
know.
No, you don't know that. You
And
don't
that's
know
the
that.
part you can't overthink because you don't know that. And because you got to also understand, too, all it takes is for one person
Mm-hmm.
to like your shirt and they buy it and then they little cousins,
Mm-hmm.
their friends say, oh, that's sweet. Who is Flame? Now they want that shirt.
And it's the same way you would think your family will support you, and then you go to a stranger and they buy up all your stock.
Exactly. So I think it's time.
I think it is too. I think you should have been started.
And
I gotta get a design I like.
okay, well then
Is that
work
too much
on
water?
it. Work.
Is that too much water?
So then work on it, Juan. And here's the thing, because before you produce any of these things, I need to get it trademarked.
Mm-hmm.
And so get your designs that you like. Let's get them trademarked and let's go to work.
Yeah.
Because I promise you, when you start making this money, you're gonna be like, Mom, thanks for pushing it.
Yeah, I would say that's the only thing stopping you, the fact that it's not trademarked yet. That's the
And so
only
let me
thing.
say this. I think he should do posters too.
I agree. Not only that, okay, this is an idea I have, right? So, go to a place like Vistaprint, right? Get your logo, put it on some stickers. Go around the city and just put your stickers on random stuff. Put it on the sign, put it on the side of a bus.
My audience isn't the hood.
How do you know?
It isn't.
But the thing is, why can't it be? You think people in the hood don't play games?
I mean,
Are you assuming people in Detroit don't have PlayStations and Xbox and
that's the type
PCs?
of video I make.
How do you know? So you know every single one of your 835,000 subscribers personally.
No,
Ain't none
but
of them from Detroit.
I know the demographic of.
You
Like,
don't. I think you are cutting yourself very small. I think
I think so too. And
It's
I'm
okay.
it's the
we gonna-
humbleness for me. Stop. It's,
Yeah, we gonna put a stop.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's like even it's not like if I put it in the street, somebody gonna watch my video.
How do you know this?
Perfect example.
Because-
Perfect example, right? So, like, perfect example. When I was working at the dealership, the district manager came in with his son. His son was watching somebody play a game on his tablet. I asked the little boy, I said, "You like Minecraft?" He said, "Yes." I said, "My son, is a content creator on YouTube." And he said, "Really? What's his name?" I said, "Flame Frags." He said, "I don't know him, but he searched you up, and guess what he started doing? Just watching your video."
Mm-hmm.
Now, when he went home, he told his little brothers and cousins. See what I'm saying?
It's
So
not that
guess
they
what?
don't want
So
watch.
guess
They don't
what?
know yet.
If you started selling shirts, you got about 3 people, and then they friends gonna start wanting the shirt. You don't know how far something can go. Like, for example, Kevin, your cousin, when he buy your shirt, he got to buy 6 of them, cause he got to buy one for him, his wife, his daughters, cause the girls gonna wear them too,
Mhm.
and especially the ones that think you're cute. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
And then you start putting designs on them. Some people just gonna buy them for the designs. Like, who made that? Oh, he made that. Who is this?
That look
That's
dope.
how Buzz started. You think Gucci started at the top? 'Cause
Okay,
he
but
did.
I want to make the shirt good enough to where it's like,
No, you start. And then once you
Just
start,
start.
with the experience, you
Yeah.
get better. You cannot get better if you don't know what's wrong. If you don't, and the only way you can know what's wrong is through trial and experience. You can say, "Oh well, I don't like the design now." You don't know how you want it until you start working on it.
No, I'm saying like I want the shirt to be wearable, like at
It's
least have
wearable.
from like
Listen, you might
I
be a little
think
bit too
those-
young to remember
I
this,
think-
but back in my day, you used to wear plain white tees, which means they was famous for absolutely nothing. Nothing.
And not just that, you already got 2 different designs, if you will. You got the side by side and you got the top and bottom.
Mm-hmm.
If you open your eyes and you look up, look at your auntie shirt. Kevin came over here the other day with a teddy bear on his shirt that said something. Like, and
When
it's
somebody
like,
started.
and you might think, oh, that's childish. But look what kind of shirt she got on. A childish shirt. Look what kind of shirt Kevin had on. A childish shirt.
This
So
one
you
of my
can't
clients.
decide for somebody what it is. You got to see what moves.
You got rings on?
No,
So if something,
it feel like it.
no, he feels your little bristles.
I'm about to say it's bristles. Am I doing it too hard?
I just feel my hair pull just a little bit.
Oh, okay.
So what it is you got to let them decide. You got to let them, you know, you'll see what moves, and then if something don't move, then you can come out with another one. But you're gonna have to keep coming out with more stuff anyway, as because people are gonna want another one. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And like if you pay attention to a lot of these cartoons, like a lot of them was what's the word I'm looking for? They were flat, right? But then as time went on and people got better digitally, now they're more 3D. You get what I'm trying to say? So you're going to naturally
Everything
evolve
is better
and
with time.
change, but you do have to start somewhere. I will give you time to come up with something else, but I think what you have is great to
You
start
should start,
with.
yeah. Okay, for example, right, Disney. If you think about Disney when they first started,
Like how
Mickey Mouse.
looked.
Think about them right now. They
Okay,
will say
but
that it's trash.
Okay, if I'm gonna make merch, I will want something that I will wear on a regular basis.
You will. Just get to that point. And the thing is, why not make money off your prototype?
Here's another thing to think about too. You're 17. Some of them kids are only 8, 9, 10, 11. So what you will wear may be different than what they will wear. So that's what I'm saying. You can come out with more than one style so that it can be something that a girl may wear, something that an older person will wear, something a younger person will wear. Everything ain't gonna be what you will wear. But come out with something that you will wear too. But that's why I said, because like at your age, you ain't about to buy no poster. But them kids will, and they'll hang it up in their room.
You want to. Matter of fact, what you could do, go to Sam's Club, put your logo on some stationery during school time. And the kids gonna be like, oh, you got this. I want this for school. I want this design for my school books, my notebook, my backpack.
That's the 2 times I told him we need to jump out there for right now. Back to school and Black Friday close to Christmas. Because when people getting ready to go Christmas shopping for their kids, you basically get them everything they want. You know. So I was saying that we do need to try to get ready for the back to school for sure.
Well,
we can do the book bags, t-shirts, socks.
I got something for that.
People don't
If y'all,
buy book bags.
yes, they do.
And I like.
And even
silly.
people don't,
Yes, they
their parents do. Their parents do. Even if they don't use it, every parent buys their child at least one backpack. At least one. At least one.
All I'm gonna say is we ain't knocking it until you try it.
But also on the
I'm
backpack thing, right? Luckily y'all say that because I have a bulk amount of backpacks. I do. When I mean, I probably have a good 300 backpacks. Last year, around November, December, all the backpacks go on sale. They go on sale for $3-4. I got them all, basically. I have 4 large totes in my basement of Dickies, Eastport, all types of backpack. The girl ones, the boy one, unisex ones, one with rainbows, one with all types of stuff. Now, if y'all really serious about that, y'all, we can come up with something. Y'all can put your name on the backpack so you can see the name. And then, like I said, you can have the stationery and stuff like that. I didn't get the backpack
Like
for
folders and
I didn't get the backpack for a huge price. So like, I got them for like $3-4 each.
So we're doing it because I have to push him. I think he needs to believe in me and himself a little bit more, because here's the thing, like I explained to him, what is the risk that you're taking in doing it? You're taking more of a risk and setting yourself up more for a loss not doing it.
Yeah.
Because I believe so hard that I could taste it. I know these products will sell. I feel it.
And then, how you expect to hook your auntie up with a rich uncle and you up here not selling clothes? You're selfish.
Need the I want the okay, but
Like what?
I
What,
just have
what is he
to-
doing?
And yeah,
Like the
and getting your
design.
mama out the hood.
Right, we
And
want to
down
go to
here
salon
do house. I want
parties
to
and
car.
you
Yeah,
selfish.
boy.
You selfish.
But I gotta like the design.
Like I only been your auntie for a couple months. I just adopted you, but I'm thinking about taking you back because this ain't right. I've never no. You need to sell these shirts for everybody. in the
Why?
family.
Work on your design with your person that you commission, okay?
I agree.
I don't know how to do that. Like
You start.
I'm saying, I don't know how to make the design.
Start. You don't have to know how to build the house.
But then you say
Start.
you commission somebody to do
To make the profile, not like I don't know how to like make the shirt. Right?
Okay, look at it this way, right?
You
But wait.
don't have to make the shirt. I'm saying you said you want to come up with a design.
No, not the character. It's like the shirt design. Like I wanna like
So just start.
Okay, so what if I connect you with somebody that's what they do? And would you be willing to work with that person and come up with a shirt?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So then
both
I got
ways,
that
yeah.
part covered. So don't worry about it.
Yeah, boom.
Boom. Boom.
The only thing to do it is to start. Like that's the biggest part is taking the leap. Once you off that heel, everything else.
So here's what we're
Easy.
gonna do. The lady that's making your shirt now, this is what she do for a living. And I'm gonna ask her what she
You definitely have a big enough following.
Mm.
You know what? You don't want them giving to me. I sell some t-shirts. You ain't tell everybody on page. Start following my page. I show them how to do it. It's okay. I'll show them how to do it.
No, I'm gonna show him how to do it. And he's gonna do it, and I'm gonna connect him with people that this is what they do. They take their gifts and their talents, and that's called collaboration. You collaborate with this lady. She makes shirts. She help create designs,
Mhm.
and then once you come up with the concept that you like, the guy that makes the logo, you send him the idea. He drafts it up. You approve it, and then boom, we get these shirts and stuff out. That's how this is about
Like
to
I
go.
say, I don't think
Cause I'm gonna tell you, I'm having too many dreams about it. I'm tasting it, and cause I ain't trying to be funny, but this is what white parents do.
it is. It is. It is.
They make their kids go to ballet and all these different things, and then guess what they do? They manage their kids. They become their kids' manager, and they tell their kids, "Oh, you going to this competition that's coming up? Then we going here, we going there." They don't leave it to their kid.
Mm-mm.
Now I'll leave stuff to you because it's your life, but some stuff I gotta push you a little bit, and this is one of them times.
I agree.
I
Cause
said
like she
I'll
was
do
saying,
it
I
if
think
I get
once
the
you start with
design.
And
shirts,
I'm just
you
passionate and
can
excited
accumulate
about
to
it.
other stuff. Like you can start with shirts, and I feel like you have enough following to where your stuff can get larger. You can start putting on other stuff.
'Cause
you
you
can-
about to make money in your sleep. So.
Not only that, but okay, you a
Jogging
gamer,
suits.
right? You a gamer. There are people who make skins for gaming consoles. You
True.
can sell that on your website and not even have it made first. You can do it as a contract. Like, okay, I got 5 people this week who want skins. Contact this person. Okay, I need these 5 skins. Let the customers know. Okay, it takes about 2 weeks to get the
Yeah.
skin. So once that Friday come, anybody who ordered Sunday through Saturday. On Saturday, okay, let me take this week orders. Let me give it to my person with my logo on it. And I'm about to send these skins for these game consoles out and matching controllers.
Facts.
Think big. You gotta think big. You're thinking too small.
And guess what? We got you. I'm telling you, I could taste this, and I'm gonna feel so good when I see that bank account rise because I want my percentage.
Right, and then you
I'm,
think,
I'm on commission too.
and if you think your hair not gonna go up to 500,000, then I don't know. Tell you because how you gonna pay for this hair when I'm charging you 100,000 per lot? How you gonna pay for it? You need some type of money. Because this working at McDonald's ain't gonna cut it. No. So yeah, you're gonna need to sell these t-shirts if you want your hair done. That's number one.
I'd say I'll do it if I like the shirt design.
I feel like this can be your prototypes, right? And then you know how people get famous and they're like, oh, this was my first design. So when your stuff do get more famous, release it.
It's
as a
okay
retro.
if I redo the first design.
You can redo it. I'm saying then you can re-release it and that's money all over again. Like you sleeping on yourself.
But I should do the first design really good so that
You don't have
people
to.
have expectations of the clothes.
I think you have a
And
certain
then-
following right now where you don't have to worry about that. Your expectation is that you started. What more can they want from you? And if they do want more from you, tell them to come over and do it then. Because who is they?
Right. What am I oh, this. Let me go get these shirts.
Crazy tale. So, Juan, I raised you better than this.
For wanting to get
He gonna make you. He gonna.
Make
So,
me proud.
He gonna make you proud.
Mhm.
I believe in him, and
I do too.
and I know for a fact that these ideas are not gonna fall flat. And he's going to thank me
Mhm.
and say, "Mama, I
Yeah.
appreciate you pushing me."
Yeah.
And
I feel like you're too smart. You have too much potential. You already on your own, like you said. I might have been joking, but on your own, you've accumulated 185,000. That's a lot on your own. On your own, you've already
these
accomplished
shirts
a
are
lot.
going to
Like
help.
I don't understand how you don't think 185,000 people can make you money with a T-shirt.
Because on one of his videos, he got 3.7 million views.
But that was my blow up video.
So
Exactly. You might make,
I know, but
you
the
may do
point is-
another one. You don't know
That was a different time for like
no, it's not.
the start, yeah.
Why are you so negative on your own stuff?
Because I'm just realistic.
Why are you questioning yourself when people have told you the dopest thing since crack in the 90s? Why are you
Okay, but
questioning yourself?
I'm saying like, it's not like I average 3.7 million.
You
So
don't,
I'm
you
saying
don't know. Because guess what? Didn't you tell me that this is what you want to do?
Right.
So when you graduate and you actually focus on this, you don't decide what video gonna blow up again.
Well, I know that
You just keep doing it.
I know, but I know the demographic in terms of 3.7. I'm not gonna say I can't like have a consistent 1 mil or nothing like that, but 3.7 mil even for big creators in the Minecraft scene is a
okay.
lot.
I get what you're saying. So here's the thing. I just made a point that you at one point did that, but you are averaging in the 100,000s.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. That's your average. But here's the thing. I'm just gonna say this again. The views are going to help, but also the fans that you have that do buy the shirts when they're walking around and people see these shirts, regardless to what you're averaging, they're going to be marketing your shirts, and people that may never watch you will buy that
That's
shirt.
why they have to be
And so
good.
here's-
So, but no, they don't have to be. Okay, so listen. Out of your 185, let's say 200,000 at this point. You don't feel like at least 100 people would like your design? That's only 2%.
So
2%.
and then
people like it, but they
Well,
may
not
not
2%,
buy it.
but here's what I was gonna say too. What was I trying to say? So let's say even if it's people that may not watch you or follow you, they buy your shirt because again, one of them fans gonna want to buy one for them and somebody they know.
Yeah,
And
fans
then-
is fans.
And so you don't worry about the uncontrollables. You just do your part. And I'm telling you, I know that it's going to be something. Because like for example, Ryan and Terry are in Arizona. You don't think they not gonna buy your shirt and then they friend and tell their friends to get one?
Okay,
You-
but
you
the
don't think
initial
Brandy in Georgia.
the initial design has to be good.
No, it doesn't.
anyway-
Why is that's the main thing?
Because-
No, because
Because-
Tiffany's
because-
selling paper clips for $400. That's why.
Because
I'm
what's
not
good to you,
tired.
that's just a matter of your opinion.
Yeah, you doubting yourself.
And this is what I was gonna tell you. So I know a girl. She ain't even got that many followers, but she got like maybe 1,000 people. But she has a clothing line that she markets on Facebook.
Mhm.
So what she will do is she'll model something and say, "What y'all think, y'all? What colors should I do?" Or what should I change? And then people will give their opinion. You can do something similar where you can be like, what y'all think of this shirt I'm wearing?
Sure can.
And people will be like, oh, that's dope, that's dope, that's dope. Now, if you got that type of reaction out of the majority of people, you wouldn't say to them, well, you can get yours online at my store. And you don't think they're going to start clicking? You getting these people excited. And then you may say, all right, y'all, give me some ideas. People gonna be, yeah, man, you should do this, you should do that. Can you put one where it's on the back? Can you put one when it's on the sleeve? And let these people be excited about that. And then when it come out, they're going to buy it. I promise you, that's how it goes. It's people
So
that
this
I know
goes
do it.
back to the first design having to be good
No.
enough.
See, listen. Okay, I'll tell you this, right? Say, okay.
Sis.
When I was younger, I used to be infatuated with Eminem. Infatuated with this man. If this man released a Rice Krispie treat, I bought it.
Okay, but I have to, for it to be able to, people in public look at the shirt and be interested.
True.
It can't just be the image of my profile picture,
Why
like,
not?
Why not?
because that's not
People sell
gonna be
images of
something-
themselves.
Okay, that's not gonna be something that someone's gonna look at. It's
I
just
feel like
be
you're down yourself. So
I
much.
want that
I feel like
on
the
that
number
shirt.
one thing in your way is yourself. That's the number one thing.
That-
You are in your
I
way.
mean,
You're in your own way.
That just don't make
that could be
sense.
that could be one of them, and then you can do more. Nobody's saying that you have to be restricted, but here's what we'll do. Continue, like I said, to come up with some ideas, and then let's vet it. Let's go ahead and get them made for you first. You wear them on your YouTube, and then you can, you know how you be having people vote. Let them start voting,
Mm-hmm.
and then you gonna have somebody, a group of people that's gonna like the logo one, and then you're gonna have a group of people that might like the other one. You see what I'm
Right.
saying?
You have different
then guess-
designs.
and then guess what you about to do? Print all of them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, son. I got you.
What I would do is I wouldn't even ask him. I would ask him like, yeah, which one you like, and then but I would go off of the website. Like, okay, well on the website, y'all bought more of these, so I'm gonna have more of these. We are not have this. And so the people who really like the other design, like, no, let me go buy some of these, so he'll have these on deck. Like, yeah, it's. I think you just down yourself.
Here's what's gonna happen. Once we start this, he gonna get more and more excited. Fans gonna get more and more excited, and then it's just gonna take off. And
No,
then-
say, you need some
and
help,
then
just call your auntie. I got
It's
you.
just it's gonna be a mute point. I'm telling you. And then you gonna have more than one stream of income.
Yes. Like, I'm sorry, YouTube is one thing, but having like your own personal stuff, your own personal following, that means that no matter where you go, these people are going to follow you. So let's say if, forbid, your YouTube gets banned for whatever reason. You go to TikTok, you won't have the same following on TikTok. You go to Instagram, you won't start getting followers on Instagram. Loyal followers follow.
I'm sure I don't have that many. Like I'm sure I have.
185,000.
Okay, but that don't mean all of them
even if
are.
even if 10, 20,000 of the 185,000 are loyal, that's enough to make money.
It is. We're not even talking about people who regularly watch, because there's people out here who will watch every single one of your videos and not subscribe, but they will still be loyal. Because I'm one of the people. I do it all the time.
So
Mr. Ballin, I'll probably watch maybe 50 of his videos. I'm not subscribed to one time.
let's do this. If you sold, let's just say 500 shirts at let's say what, $35, $40.
No, it go cheaper. Just to say $20, just for instance.
Okay.
You can go up from this. This is your base. This
I'm
is
gonna
the
say
bottom.
25.
Yeah, this is the bottom.
$25. You just made $12,500 off of 500 people that bought one shirt. Now, let's say 1,000 people bought that same shirt. You just made $25,000. Now, mind you, out of that $25,000, you're gonna have to
Get material.
you're gonna have to pay, people who helped you, produce this, and then and some of that money gonna pour back into regenerating inventory, right? But even out of that 25,000, if after costs and expenses, you still got 15,000 or 18,000 in your bank account.
That's not
That
bad.
ain't enough.
I mean, but
That's a lot of money, and that's off
God,
of one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Most people, when they buy a shirt, they gonna get the matching book bag or the matching, pants or socks. Like people, so that's just off of a shirt, baby. That's what I'm saying. Just watch.
but that's it all comes back to the same thing. If the logo or the design being good.
Listen, if you sold one T-shirt, that's $25 more than you.
Who's gonna buy a shirt that's not good? And I'm not.
Anybody that's a fan.
So here's
And then some people like to buy prototypes. They be like, you know what? I feel like this person's gonna be big. I'm gonna buy his first
That's
T-shirt.
gonna happen. It's just unrealistic.
We can't do this with you. We just about to steal your company and show you how to do it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna let me worry about. Cause see, here's the thing. I'm gonna say this too. I can put the effort and the energy on the apparel. That could be mama's thing. Now, let me say this too. Even if your first shirt didn't do as good as your second or third shirt, you didn't lose because you're not pre-making this stuff. We're doing it to order.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So
That's least amount of inventory possible.
yeah. You do stuff off of least inventory. So you.
But it's like it seems forced if you're putting on a shirt that you don't even think the idea of the shirt is that good.
I got
just wait it out.
I got an example for you. I was watching a documentary. Okay. Let's say I'm a singer, right? My gift and my talent is my voice. I sing. I'm not necessarily the same person that come out with the idea of what songs to sing, right? That's somebody else's job. I might sing a song and be like, I don't know, that might not be a hit. And then the person that's producing them say, listen, I got you, trust me. Let's put it on there. And then next thing they know, they hear their song on the radio, they be like, oh my God, that's me. And then they look at the chart, and then they be like, oh my God, I'm number 10 on the billboards. Then the next week, oh my God, I'm number 5. That same person that didn't necessarily believe in themselves had somebody else who did.
I'm not saying I don't believe in the idea of merch and all of. I'm saying if the first design, you gotta listen to me. I'm saying if the first design
Didn't make it, oh well. You keep,
Good
you
enough.
just keep doing it.
And then the thing is, even if the
But
person
why
don't make
even
it,
put it out if you
because
can
it's a
start out and do
It's
it
a
right?
start. It's a start.
If you gonna start, at least do it like we could do it like right.
Why?
That's fine.
There's nobody that I showed that shirt to that didn't think it was sweet. The only person that don't like it is you.
Okay, but it just
And then some things, like I said, is a learning experience, right? And so it's like, you want to do better design, but from what it sounds like, you're not sure exactly what design you want to go with. If
I
you
mean,
put this-
I could look into it a little more.
so if you
but
put this out here, your fans
Right.
can tell you what type
Okay.
of design you should go with.
So here's the good news. You do have time to do that because we ain't got your trademark yet, and that takes time. So how about this? I'm a compromise. I'm gonna meet you where you at, and I'm gonna let you get with somebody, and you come up with designs you like.
you're
Okay?
gonna get me in contact with that somebody.
Huh?
You gonna get me in contact with that somebody?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to let you do it your way, and I'm going to let you like your stuff. Okay? Fair enough? All right.
Okay. I'll figure it out some more later.
How long is this beat?
Oh no,
Wait.
you over now. I'm cleaning
Don't
out
get out
everything. Want to stay a little bit longer?
No.
Because your water is milky. So it's definitely working. It's definitely
Mm-hmm.
giving out what it's supposed to give.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Why do I feel like I keep getting a message?
Let me get to work. See what else I got to do. Okay, this is the last thing I'm going to say. Because I'm so excited. I have a good idea too. Auntie,
Mm-hmm.
do you think it would be a good idea that after I get his stuff trademarked, we do a committee,
Mhm.
like of people, like let's say if it was me, you, his dad,
Mhm.
a couple of his cousins,
Mhm.
his godmother, like people, and and when we come out with ideas or designs, we can vote on stuff
Yeah.
too, so he can have a feel of certain.
Not only that, but YouTube have polls.
Yeah,
Free polls. They don't gotta buy the t-shirts. They got polls.
I think we should, and then
I mean, but typically you don't show the prototype to the audience until like you had it, like unless it's already made.
You know what? I don't feel like this
I
is a
think-
prototype. I feel like more this is your first design. I know a
It's
prototype is like that,
it's
but I
not
feel like
a public shirt. So I mean, personally, I would want to do the idea a little differently before it's
I'm gonna have you in here for
done.
3 more minutes. I'm looking at the timer for 3 more minutes. I think you just start. Even if you're not happy with it, you don't get to the
Why-
right answers
what
until
I
you get to
wanna-
the wrong answer.
Why would I want to do something if I'm not happy with doing it? Like it just make those sense.
Because sometimes it's the experience.
so you'll be happy with it. You'll be happy with it, son.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna worry about that part.
Yeah,
You'll
we
be
don't try to
happy
push
with
you
it.
too much so
Yeah.
you don't feel overwhelmed.
Yeah,
But you're gonna get pushed though. Just so you know.
you'll be happy with it.
Yeah.
Once we get with this lady, she show you a couple shirts. Then you can pick the ones that you want to start with. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, how you doing? Thank you. So I got you. We're gonna do it like that, and that's the end of the discussion. I love you. Have a good day. I'm about to start cleaning up and stuff.
What color do you think I should get my nails done? I'm trying to think. I don't know. I got all these colors. Now I'm thinking about what should I get now.
Which one you like the best on your hair?
I would say the orange one and it glow in the dark.
Then do one. Cause none of them are bad.
Yeah, not. It's just time for a new set.
Let me see.
All right, you got 1 more minute. It is purple, blue, pink, yellow, orange.
So I like this one as a standalone.
Mhm.
I like this one as a standalone.
Me too.
And I like this one as a standalone.
My favorite is these two. This
So,
one the
to be
most, and
honest
this
with
one
you,
the second.
I see that on your hand too.
I do too. I
So,
do too.
so these two.
Okay. So I'm thinking my left hand orange, my right hand yellow. Yeah. And then it's screen colors.
Yep. All right. Let me see what I gotta do. Okay.
All right.
Oh yeah, you about to wash his hair, so I'll start upstairs.
I said, okay, we can get to washing. Yeah, it's a little dirty, but not too much. Some people water is dirtier than that.
I myself wearing it to present it and not be like, this is kind of tacky. Because his is real clean. So like,
It is. But I'm quite for sure that's not his first one. Like, that's not
that is his first one.
What?
Because I know him personally.
He
Right.
lied.
No, he not.
He did lie. I was
Why
there.
he lie? Because that's not nothing crazy or nothing. It's just
Oh, your hair done got so long.
it's not. That's not nothing crazy. It's just like just clean. Like you can tell he spent time enough to like actually make the clothing design.
I
It's,
understand.
it's
You know
a
what?
ma-
Now that you're saying that, I understand what you mean.
yeah.
Because there's a difference between, say, if I draw out my logo, right, which you can tell what it is, then somebody who actually animates it and cleans it up, lines is clean,
Yeah.
looks professional.
And then if it don't get sales or it get like you tried
Yeah, you tried your best.
and your clothing brand is still good, and then I feel like you have a better chance of passive income there if it's good, because like see you might tell when it first dropped to everybody to check it out, right?
Mm-hmm.
But after that the hype gonna die down because your initial fans not gonna be looking into it, and then see, because if the shirt not that good, then your initial fans might sacrifice some of the quality to buy the shirt.
Did
But-
you have a lock right here?
Right here?
Yes.
Nah, this one.
Nope, that's not it. You got a whole patch of hair right here.
No, I never had one right here.
Okay, I'm like, that's weird that I would start from. Okay. Oh, maybe just go under. Okay, I got you. I'm about to say, don't make me have to go to that barbershop.
No, I have not lost
Okay.
trust in him.
Because he gonna be missing half his mustache when I'm done with him. 'Cause you don't do that.
But yeah, what was I talking about? Oh yeah. So after your niche, okay. So if the quality not that good,
Mm-hmm.
your fans might sacrifice some quality for it. But people that might just be like walking down the street and you expect them to look into it and like just be like, I'll buy this. Like they're not gonna do that if it's not good enough.
Well, I would say I agree. I do. But I would say that it's more important to get it out there at first. That somebody on the street might not buy it,
what am I
but your
rushing
fans
for?
will. You don't gotta rush. You don't gotta rush. You have time. It's just I feel like it's more like start somewhere so that you'll have your feet in the water. That you don't have to start at the top.
That's not his merch is not the top, but it's
It's
pretty
not.
good.
But
Pretty good.
it's ideal of where he wants to be.
I feel like that's an example of doing it right. Just do it right.
I agree.
And,
You know, though, it's good that you actually think that way. That you don't want to do it half-assed. That you actually want to make sure that it's credible and that it's something that your fans can actually be something proud of. So I understand that point of view too.
yeah.
Playing a little bit of devil's advocate.
Cause then other creators, not just like that, but they just gonna be, if somebody look into it, cause like it's different the way the kids might view it, like other people that's around like doing the same type of stuff you doing.
Like for example, the person that stuff you just showed, if he was to see your stuff,
then it just be like he know you have that shit. Now it look bad for you as well, cause like it just looked like, damn, you really only did this for the money. You ain't even like at least think about like making actual presentable, like really presentable clothes for the people that's gonna be wearing it. So it's just like then it just don't look good. It don't look good from all perspectives to make a shirt when it being like rushed.
Agreed.
And to get the like outfits or like the designs on the shirt right or have concepts not hard. Like it's literally his is literally just a black hoodie with white pockets and then I think the orange is white, right?
Yeah, design of the stuff that
See, that's so simple to the point where it's not like I know he didn't spend so much time thinking of that idea, and he just put his logo on it. But that's cleaner than just one shirt with like obviously you can have those, but like it should be some things that are more notable or
like that.
more like you know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, at least you getting it.
I get it. Now, I will say before, when I was upstairs, it was more because the thing is, like I said, you're a smart kid. You're a smart kid. So you have a lot to offer. A lot of kids your age, they're not as focused. They don't want to do as much stuff as you're doing. So I feel like with your mom, it's more like, okay, I got a good kid. He really want to do something. I really want him to be passionate about it. It's like she feels like she can really help. And I agree. So it's not that I don't feel like she's pushing you, but it's like, it just the way it came off that you were doubting yourself. And your mom believes in you so much that she's like, you know what, I'm going to get the doubt out. But I understand what you're saying now that you actually wanted to be presentable. You don't feel like you can't do it. You just...
I said that upstairs.
It's different. We females. Shush. You got to say something 1,006 times and we're going to get it 1,007. Okay? Chill on us. Like, we get it eventually. Maybe you just needed to slow it down.
I tried. I was trying to explain it multiple times. I was like, you listen, hear me out.
Well, and then also, right, a little bit, I feel like now you putting a little bit more into detail. Also, I feel like maybe upstairs we wasn't letting you speak. I'm thinking about it now.
Right.
I did. Me, myself, I don't know about your mom. But me, myself, I was cutting you off a lot. I wasn't trying to hear. I was more like, no, do it this way, do it this way. I apologize.
Well, you good. It ain't like all that.
I know, but still, it's the point. It's just the point.
Yeah.
That is your project, so you need to be heard. It is, at the end of the day, your project.
Mm-hmm. See, when I first get two-strand, I feel like I like it more because it'd be like sticking out and my hair be going everywhere. But then once I put on the bonnet and like go to sleep, then it's flat and then it's not as interesting. And then I'd be wanting to take it out because like I like how my hair go out.
You know what though? Everybody your age is like that. They like the wild look.
It look better.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
at least when your hair's short. Like
yeah, like when I had my hair short, I hated the wild look. I like it more now. I do like it more now, but when I first had my locks, oh Lord. And then my friend used to tell me, I love with your hair all over your head like that. It's so cute. Girl, what? What did you just say to me? If you a hater, just say that.
So like with two-strand especially, it look really like good. First like when it's like wild.
Damn. Oh yeah! Now that you making all this money, I can start charging you per time you turn your head. You thought I forgot? Okay, that's what it was. What did we say last time? 200,000 per. I think that's what it was last time. But now that you,
it was 5 per turn.
Yeah, but the thing is, you ain't telling me you had 185,000 followers. Yes, No, that's different now. Now I'm expecting a certain lifestyle. Yeah, you shouldn't have mentioned that. And then like your hair gotta go. It's all up from here. You know what I mean? I didn't know I was dealing with celebrity. You know,
celebrity is crazy.
Yeah, you gotta get celebrity prices now. It's okay. You can afford it. It's okay. I believe in you.
I never understand why some celebrities, if something is like 500, like normally, and just because they get in the service, they increase the price.
Yeah, I actually wouldn't honestly, because I feel like that's wrong. But it's when it comes to celebrities, right? People feel like celebrities have a buku amount of money. So the average person, if you want to sell them a chain for 100,000, they might not buy it. But if you take this same $100,000 chain and you give it to Rick Ross and tell him it's 200,000, he gonna buy it because he has 200,000.
Yeah.
You stop moving.
All right, now this is a new rule.
I'm gonna make you look like a poodle.
The new rule. I'm looking down, so you can't say.
No, you wasn't.
Yes, I was.
All right, we're gonna roll back the tape. It's okay. That's exactly why I videotaped this for evidence.
That's crazy.
It is. I feel the same way. Crazy sauce.
You don't see. I was already looking.
I will, because I watch my videos back. I'm gonna screenshot each time. That one, that one, that one. Only thing is, right, this one dude, and I had to think about this, right? He has a website to where he sells things. Let's just say he's a construction worker, and these people like to see him work construction, right? So his following got so large that he doesn't want to do construction no more. He just wants to go to his website full time. But he's like, if he no longer does construction, he won't have followers. So that's my whole thing, that at some point I might not want to do hair. But how am I going to keep accumulating followers if I don't keep doing hair? Is it a trap? Is this a trap?
Yeah, it's the same thing as like not being like that. Well, like you have to transition. See, you can do other stuff, but you just gotta transition. Like you can't just immediately jump into something and then like it's the same thing with if someone was doing Minecraft and randomly they make a Fortnite video, then the rest of the videos is Fortnite. Like you don't, of course, lose like the audience.
Yeah.
I watch your videos, but it'd be different if you made another channel. Then you tell them to go to it, and then you can build multiple audiences. Like
Yeah, because I feel like if it's in the same genre, you don't got to change it.
Fortnite, not the.
It's video games. What I mean.
Video games go a far way. It's actually crazy.
Yeah, like the video games, that genre is so large. You can include video games and anime basically in the same one, even though it's not the same, but so many people do the same thing.
Nah, you know how big some of the communities is for each game. Like yeah, they not gonna want to watch other games. It's not what they watch.
What they came there for.
Yeah, so you would have to transition or do like both.
Okay, for example, right?
New channel on another.
What's the Bailey Sarian, right? She does true crime, right? True crime, makeup, whatever, right? So for the longest, she's been doing that. She has a couple million followers. But recently, let's just say like the last 2 years, she's been doing dark history, which isn't true crime, but it's more creepy stuff that has happened throughout time. So she didn't do new content exactly. It's still in the same genre like that. Yeah. She didn't have to make a whole new page. It's not scary stories anymore, creepy stories.
I know what you're saying. But it's like, it's people who do like mini games in Minecraft. There's people who do building in Minecraft. There's storytelling for videos. So like, it's the same thing, but it's different. I know what you mean.
Yeah. So that's why my following on my other YouTube page, I don't know exactly what I want to do. I do ASMR on there, but I do sleep streams. And it's like they pay attention way more to my sleep streams than anything else, even though all of it is ASMR. So it's like, do I want to make a page just for sleep streams?
No, or you should keep
all of it?
Yeah, and then you build it up, and then they have multiple things.
Yeah, because I feel like just sleep streams, I might get bored.
Yeah.
Or they might get bored. Or they just got a low attention span. I wish my son would do something other than play video games.
I play video.
Yeah, but you actually making a career out of it. My son says he wants to be all this stuff.
How old is your son?
He's 14.
I ain't started to. I ain't blow up until I was 15.
Yeah, but you started. He's been saying this is what he's been wanting to do for like 3 years.
I mean, you don't know if he's making videos.
I do. Because I tell him about my YouTube. Like, the same way I talk to you is the same way I talk to my son. Like, I would love if he actually did make YouTube content because I can help him. He can help me. You know, so I would prefer that. And to me, that would actually build our relationship even more. Like, me and him was close. That's like my best friend. He's like my best friend. Anyway, but yeah, I feel like that's another thing for us to bond over. I wish he would have more content on his YouTube page. And then I let him know that, because he was like, at first he doesn't have a camera or a PC, even though he does have a laptop now. But
laptops and PCs is a lot different for like making videos.
that's what I'm saying. But he can screen record. If you want to play a game, he can screen record him playing on the PC. PCs themselves have their own following. I know PC specifically, like, yes, Xbox, PlayStation.
I mean,
but
I feel like that's more for people than YouTube. Like, if you play
it's the same thing.
No, it's not people not gonna watch your video because you're on the PlayStation. Like,
Yes, they are.
no, they will not.
Yes, okay, so
What are
listen.
you saying?
When it has come to YouTube, I have found out that people will watch anything. People will watch anything.
No, I'm saying I'm saying like, if I'm on the Xbox, I see someone playing PlayStation, I'm not gonna click off because like they playing the PlayStation.
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that, like how you said, is Fortnite fans. So yeah, if you are a Call of Duty fan and you go across Fortnite, you're not gonna say, "Oh, this is Fortnite, let me not." I'm saying the specific people who want Fortnite will come to it. So if you play PC, yeah, you gonna have Xbox, PlayStation, all types of players. But I feel like your core audience will be PC.
If you play Fortnite,
yeah.
Actually, that's it. I thought that too, because Minecraft, like the version I play is on a computer. That's a computer only Minecraft. But a lot of my fans are from the console Minecraft, and they like, because obviously the computer one is better over the console one because it's like ran on the computer. So the fans, they be like, all right, so the difference is it's called Bedrock, right? That's what the console version called. So they be like, I'm watching from Bedrock, blah blah blah. Right, so it's still like, people gonna like. I mean, it don't limit them from watching the videos. Like there are times where I do limit myself from watching certain videos because I just feel like it may be too different. But like in the case,
like for what, for example?
See, like personally, I would do that if I played on console. Like, why would I watch PC? Right, but I guess it's a little different for Minecraft. It's not a competitive game, like 24/7. There is competitiveness, but
and then I do see with consoles, people choose sides. So that part I understand.
He would do that
because hold on. Before we go on with this conversation, before I finish, what console do you have?
I had an Xbox.
What do you have now?
A computer, PC.
Okay. As long as you get rid of that Xbox, that's all I can say.
Girl, Xbox is
PlayStation is where to go. Now I understand maybe you don't have a PlayStation. PC is fine. There will be no Xboxes in my relative's house.
Because okay, you gotta understand, PlayStation is
better.
They're not better at all.
It's better. The graphics is better. The button's not stupid.
Actually, first of all, the drift on PS4 controllers have been proven to be worse. Everyone that I've met who's had a PlayStation admittedly said their controllers are worse.
In what way?
First of all, your controllers get grip. I mean, like drift, stick drift, way easier than the Xbox controller because the way y'all little things made. So, a lot of people agree with me when it's like that. So, starting off, the controllers is not as good. Second, the way...
Do y'all controllers vibrate?
Yes.
No, it don't.
Yes, they do.
And then y'all take batteries. Y'all is stupid.
You can use chargers. I don't know why people keep saying that. They use batteries. You can put the charger on it, too.
Yeah,
you have
but...
two options.
Yeah, but you... And then, like my son, back of his Xbox controller, he has a little green battery pack, right? So that makes it portable, right?
You can battery pack. You can get a controller that doesn't need batteries. You can use batteries. You can use a charger without a battery pack and just have it charge and play on the charger. You can use a wired controller. There's like so many alternatives.
Xbox ain't got none of that.
What? What are you saying? Alright, now you just saying. Now you just saying. So it's so many alternatives And then let's go to that.
Only people who eat Raisin Bran play Xbox.
Okay, well, that doesn't make the PS4 better.
It does.
Sadly, it doesn't.
It does.
And then PS4, I've seen so many PS4s die in terms of like
Modem, man.
like the actual system. Cause like my brother, he had a PlayStation. It overheated. It sounded like a plane, and then eventually just shut off and stopped working. Like obviously, he didn't just wake up and it did that. Like,
It was over time, right?
Over time, but Xbox just do not.
Things
do that.
break down. That
Okay,
has
not that bad, bro. And then my cousin had this PlayStation, right? And it was thunderstorming. And then if it thunderstorms or like the power go out while your PlayStation plugged in, you lose all of your data, which is just dumb. They couldn't make it any different from where they have to do that. Because if you unplug it while it say don't unplug, it actually like restarts everything. Everything you work for is just gone. And then it's just
So it can't save to your memory slot.
It does, but I guess it reset your computer. I don't know how it works.
Because I remember when I got my PS4, I haven't had a PS5 yet. When I got my PS4, I bought a 1 terabyte memory thing.
No, it do go to your memory, but I guess if it's saving, it like corrupts everything. Cause like the power was out one time and his PlayStation was just plugged up. It wasn't like he was like saving something. It was plugged up, and then he literally lost like everything. And then you have to like do like all his progress and like sign back into his accounts. Like obviously he didn't lose the game. Like the games he like paid for or nothing, but he had to like re-download everything, redo like he lost a lot of the offline storage like progress that you might have and stuff.
I will say, as an older gamer, not that much older, but as an older gamer, one thing I do really like about Xbox and PlayStation is the fact that it can be digital.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas when you buy the hard copy, you gotta go get it. You gotta stand in line.
Yeah.
And then you can pre-order when it comes to digital, which is like virtually standing in
line. Okay, that's two reasons why. As a quality system, Xbox is better because the controllers in the system itself is better. Now we're not even gonna get into the actual system. One thing I will say, PlayStation does have better exclusives. So
what about visuals?
Visually, actually, it's been proven.
Oh my lord!
It really has.
I want to hear this.
Comparing the Xbox Series X versus the PlayStation 5, the Xbox Series X actually has better graphics. And
who said it? An Xbox user?
No, literally proven. They can compare them. It's not like it's like drastic amount, but it's proven that the Xbox has better quality, and I think PlayStation has something else.
And you saying that Xbox is more durable?
Yeah, as a system, and it like lasts longer, and it's not going to just like if it's thunderstorming, you're not going to lose all your storage or all your progress on stuff, and then your controllers last longer in the long run.
Okay, question, right?
Better.
Because my son, like I said, he has an Xbox. But when he can't get to his Xbox, because he's on punishment, I don't understand how this goes, but he gets on his phone and he plays his Xbox, which you shouldn't be able to do that either. You on punishment. Anyway.
Do he got a phone?
Yeah, he got a phone. And he gets online on his phone and plays his Xbox game.
He plays his Xbox from his phone.
Yeah, he Bluetooths his controller to his phone.
Yeah, you can do that. But...
Yeah. And then he goes into somewhere. I'll see him playing the games.
Okay, but that don't make it Xbox any worse.
No, I'm saying that's one thing I like. I'm not sure if PlayStation has that.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they do.
Yeah, because I didn't know you can Bluetooth the controller to your phone. Never knew that. But of course, kids gonna find it.
And then Xbox also got, this is just, I guess you could say preference, but Xbox has a better interface than PlayStation.
How you figure?
In my opinion, I was able to understand an Xbox interface this is unbiased because I've had both.
Well,
So like I was just able to understand Xbox interface way easier than a PlayStation one because it's
like the icons and the
yeah, then you have like this. Okay, the PlayStation main screen is like the games all lined up like this,
right.
and then you try and find your settings, right? So you scroll it, and because your game's already in the way, so you have to scroll past the games, and then there's other icons that represent games, and then you can scroll down, and it'd be like media stuff. So like I'm just confused, like where's the settings been at? And I'm like 10 years old, so I can't comprehend.
But I said they usually have like a 3 bars in the settings.
Yeah, okay, so I find the settings, but it's like a list of 45 settings.
Okay, you need a lot of settings.
Okay, but the thing is, you click these settings thinking, like, okay, I'm gonna click these settings. Maybe I'm gonna find what I'm looking for. It gets even harder because there's more settings inside the settings. Like, that just makes it so difficult. It's unbelievable.
It makes it the optimization for customization. That's what it is.
That's not what it is.
Yes, it is. The more options you have for customization, the more you can personalize your system.
No, all it takes is a wallpaper button.
That's not enough.
That's all you need.
That's not enough.
And it don't even be about customization. It be about like it's just I don't even understand. It just be a bunch of random stuff that don't impact the like system.
Well, I just know when I had got my PS4 and I played Inhuman, I forgot the name of the game, and I was infatuated, especially when I was playing Uncharted.
How does that make Xbox bad?
Because I didn't choose Xbox, that's why. Yeah, because if you was a better system, maybe I would have chose you.
You probably chose PlayStation because that's what people have around you. But that don't make Xbox bad.
It do.
I've had more people that have Xboxes around me than PlayStation. But I always been an Xbox person from the start though. Like always had the Xbox 360. So I was always an Xbox person from the beginnings.
See, the person who started with Xbox was my son. I've always had, I don't even know where he get that from, to be honest, because his dad prefers Xbox and then I prefer Xbox. So I'm thinking maybe he's adopted. I mean, I PlayStation. I meant PlayStation. I said, come back this way, sir. Thank you. And so, yeah, my son's adopted. Because who is his parents? You be looking like I'm about to say you be looking like I'm hurting you.
It do hurt.
The part and part?
Yeah.
Why do I feel like it used to be one here too? Did it?
No, this one you was making into
okay, into one?
Yeah.
Okay, well let me put it back in there.
But don't you think it's gonna be like way too short?
What do you mean too short?
Like they're making a log here, while all my hair will be like down here at some point. This one will be like up here.
No. Honestly, when it comes to locks and length, unless it's like a drastic amount.
You don't feel like this is drastic amount?
No, it's not. Because most of the time when you tell the difference is when your locks is like down here and you try to grow one because then you got this much. But you only got this much. So it's like you will have your locks down here and then this one will be here. You won't really notice because it's going to be buried in the seed.
Yeah, that's
So do you want me to make another one?
yeah, you can.
Okay. Because you can't tell my hair, but the top of my hair is longer than the back of my head. Because when I started my locks, I had an undercut. and I didn't even grow out my undercut till at least a year after I got my hair
For
locked.
logs, okay, obviously for a fro, you would want the, I would personally prefer the top to be longer than the back. But for locks, I would rather the back be longer than the top. Like for locks.
Why?
I don't know, cause like I guess it's better for it to hang off, like it hang down your back. I guess more. Like I rather hang more than hang it from my face more.
Yeah, that's only if you really care about hang time. And when I started, I was bald head, so my hair was already short. Yeah, my hair was already short.
I imagine this shirt is too wet.
You who?
The shirt.
I told you to
Okay,
change your shirt.
this shirt is too like it's different between maybe like a little like maybe dirty, but this is outrageous. Like I'm actually cold.
Well, okay, so I'll stick this one here. I'll fix it when you come back.
Let me change.
Look there.
Papa,
What up?
did you see Janae's story?
You know what?
Did you see Janae's story?
I didn't
Did you see Janae's story?
see it in the story.
Did you see Janae's story?
Who is your name?
I thought that was her name. That's not my niece's name.
Oh,
What's her name?
I didn't.
Ain't that her name?
I've been talking to one brother on the phone all day.
But I mean, ain't that her name? Yes.
What is that?
It's showing off her stomach.
Huh?
It's showing off her stomach.
Oh, you talking about Jayla?
Oh yeah, one of them. It's a lot of them.
One is named Najee. One is named Najee. The other is named Jayla.
Oh well, I put their names together. They know who they is. They know who they is. But yeah, her belly on there with her baby in there.
Oh, your great. Damn!
What?
Think I'm gonna be a great grandfather?
Yup, you getting up there.
Am I the first one?
Ever no?
I think I'm gonna be the first one to have a great grandchild.
Between you and your siblings?
Yeah.
I'm about to say, Tracy, you gonna get somebody pregnant?
One day.
One day. We got hope for him.
Maybe today.
You don't know. You don't know what that man doing with his life. You don't know what that man doing with his life. He might oop, skidoop, and you never know.
Yeah, all I know is the last time I checked. Hey,
Last time you checked what?
wasn't nothing fishy going on.
How do you know? You in that man business?
I mean, there wasn't nothing fishy going on.
You in that man business?
Fish wasn't even on the menu that day.
Listen, don't judge my cousin just because he has a certain lifestyle.
Oh, you just made me spray myself in the face. In my phone ring, I can't even keep that in.
Well, I just wanted to tell you about your granddaughter's baby.
Okay, I'll tell you right back.
Okay. I knew her name. Her name was something like that. I knew.
So in another year, how old do you think my hair is?
I feel like at that point you gonna be at least to your shoulders.
The back to shoulders?
Yeah.
In a year?
Yeah.
So this don't add up.
What you mean?
This math ain't correct.
If your hair is here, in a year your hair gonna be at least right here.
You said where is that now?
If your hair is at least like right here, in a year your hair gonna be at least right here.
Okay, where would it be in the front?
Cause you have your hair grows in a bowl cut.
that mean?
Oh, that's so cute. You don't know what that means. Bowl cut. Okay, so in the older days, how people used to get haircuts.
Yeah, I know they
Yeah,
put the bowl.
bowl. And so the shape is like this. So when your hair is down, that's how your hair flows. It flows in a perfect circle. And so if your hair is right here, that means this hair is gonna be like right here, at least.
Damn, I don't know.
Like my hair is only 2 years in.
Do you think you could catch up to somebody's hair length?
Yes. It depends on how quickly your hair grows. So if I've had my locks for like say 2 years, right, and they to my shoulder, and this is we started at the same length. If your growing cycle is quicker than mine's, then you would catch up to me before. It's like 2 cars, one going slow, one going quick. Eventually you'll catch up. Even if it take a year or two, eventually you'll catch up. Who are you trying to catch up to? Me? You can't.
No,
That ain't possible. That's 200,000 right there. That is.
You never told me where to look. Down. The first time you you give me like one chance to at least tell me.
How many chances do you need?
You was doing the side.
Listen, if it's 200,000 per turn, you think I'm gonna tell you anything? Every time I tell you something, that's ripping me out of 200,000. Like you about to be in some bread, boy. I need to get my feeling when I get in. I'm like, yup, your bill is gonna be $5 million. Cashier's check or what? Don't cash app it. Don't cash app it. Because they don't take it.
Like the whole thing?
Yep.
Why would they take it? Because it's fraud.
Yeah, with Cash App, you got to go through a whole bunch of stuff. You got to wait for them to release it when it comes to big amounts. That's a whole thing. Because in Cash App's defense, even though they scammers now, but in Cash App defense, when they first started, a lot of people was making transactions with Cash App with the legal stuff. And I know personally because I had a client who was doing types of stuff with his Cash App. And they cancel mine out. They cancel everybody Cash App who he had ever sent money to.
Like you can't leave me cancel.
Like I went in and it was like no longer valid. Like I couldn't send money, I couldn't receive money.
What? You had to remake it.
Yeah, I had to make a whole new one. And I was upset because at first I was talking to customer service like, why can't I use my Cash App? And it basically said they got deactivated. And so then I was like, okay, well, I have transaction histories on here. If I need the transaction history, will I be able to log in and get to it? They said, yeah, just deactivate it and then come back. All right, cool, straight. Deactivated it, and I needed the transactions for something. They were no longer able to be found. Luckily, though, they send you emails.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't wait till my stuff get monetized. Oh my God. You like, why is you acting like this? How long did it take yours to get monetized?
Me trying? Or?
Yeah, trying. Because I understand at first you wasn't trying. And then you started trying.
So, it took about a year.
Okay.
But that don't mean, that's because I didn't know what I was doing. Like, I had to learn everything.
Advertisements. And...
Like, I had to learn from the ground up.
Mm. I try to advertise as much as possible. So like your video, I forgot to do the before, but usually the before is a video, the after is a video, the before and after is one video, the during is one long video, and then I speed it up so that the whole video is 1 minute, and so the video I put on YouTube, that's the real long version of it. I condense it, take the 1 minute video, and put it on my other social medias. And I actually like the 1 minute videos. They're actually really satisfying.
What is it? You doing somebody hearing?
Yeah, so basically, your 1 minute video is going to be me giving you a detox, me twisting your hair up and styling it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, my daddy calling back. We'll have to wait.
It's the longest I went on a retwist in a minute.
It don't seem that long.
It's been 2 months. 9 weeks, actually. Like, this is 9-week mark.
Yeah, it don't seem that long.
That's longer than usual, because normally 6 weeks. 7, mostly 7 weeks. So it's not like that.
Yeah, it's not. Plus, the longer you go without a retwist, the stronger your roots get. The more you'll see a difference when you finally do retwist it. Yeah, it's a lot of perks that can come with having your retwist go longer in between.
Well, it's cheaper.
Yeah. That's why I tell people, like, they're like, well, when I go to this person, they tell me, no, I will tell you, you only need your hair twisted at the very most once a month. Very most. Now, if you want to go longer than that, I actually prefer it once every 2 or 3 months. To me, it's preferred. You need time for your hair to grow, to rest, recuperate, all the good stuff. Sorry. Excuse my stomach. We already go through this on a regular basis.
Don't wax, like, give you build up.
Yeah. Like beeswax?
The wax in your hair to make color.
Huh?
The stuff you'll...
Like the color dye stuff?
Yeah.
No. I thought you meant like beeswax.
Oh.
No, color dye stuff, it rinses right off. It's so temporary. Yeah. I have a client who, I have 2 of them actually. One of them is a guy, and he likes his hair is dark brown. It's not black, but it's dark brown. So when he comes to me, he brings 4 spray cans. 2 of a medium brown and 1 of a light blonde. And so, I will take different ones. Let's just say 6 in total. 3 of them gonna be brown, 3 of them gonna be blonde. And that's how he likes for me to, quote unquote, dye his hair. Because he don't want his actual hair dyed, but he likes the look. We got this one girl, she's into anime. She loves for me to put platinum blonde dye in her hair. but she doesn't want it damaged, so she don't want it to actually bleach.
Yeah, that's like that.
Mm-hmm. If you don't know what you're doing, and if you're not willing to do the extras it come with bleach, then don't do it. Because I bleach my hair and I treat it thoroughly at least once a month. All right, okay, agreement. If I tell you and I gotta move it, that's one thing. But if I just move it, I only charge you $10,000.
No, I don't get.
What? You selfish. I can't believe this. You think 50 Cent care about $10,000? Because you don't.
When you done?
Hmm?
Then you go bankrupt or something?
Nah, 50 Cent never been bankrupt that I know of. I don't know.
Yeah, he has.
You sure? Look at that.
He was. Oh, I do remember the video.
You
It
wouldn't.
was about him, like.
But so you would never talk about my almost husband that way.
Yeah, he did because he spent all his money and then he didn't fall off, so he made it back. But like she was like in the trenches.
I was like, where are you going, sir? Does that count?
You know,
Yes, it do.
I was like gonna move my head back.
That counts. Whoa! You ain't see that. You ain't see that. You ain't see none of that. It's horrible being so clumsy.
You
as
need
an
me to
adult.
scoot up?
Nah.
Oh.
I'm just clumsy. Yeah. Nothing to do with you. You can do absolutely nothing. I'll still fall on my face. I think when I first started doing your hair, I think I gave you the disclaimer, right?
What?
That I'm going to drop something 30,000 times.
Man,
I think I did. It's crazy. I don't really get a disclaimer no more. But the vets know. I just don't want people to think I'm smoking crack or something. Like, is you okay?
So how many people you know like get retwists without styles like they get?
None of them.
Yeah, that's hikey crazy.
Yeah, I always convince them to get a style, like whether it's 2-strand twist or whatnot. If their hair is damaged, then okay, I understand. I wouldn't like pursue or try to persuade them to have a retwist. But
Like,
as
how
long
can you
as
have damaged locks? Like only like.
well, you're likely there for multiple reasons. It could be age, it could be hereditary, it could be food choices, it could be stress, it can be due to people cutting into your locks, it can be due to breakage. Like you bleach your hair too much, you retwist your hair too much. I don't think not retwisting your hair has ever caused breakage. But retwisting it too much, most definitely.
And I thought sleeping with a bonnet was gonna keep the wild look because like it's not.
It's gonna keep the who?
The wild look. Like in terms
Nah.
of
The most thing that'll keep the wild look is you sleeping without a bonnet on. But
I'm not doing it.
if I say but, like I said, if you sleep without the bonnet on, it gets older quicker. So it's up to you how much you want to look.
I don't know to do that.
Try.
I'm like tender.
I realized this when I started doing that, I started cutting them apart instead.
Wait, scissors?
So I don't pull them apart, I'll just cut them apart.
But can't that like mess up your hair?
Mm-mm. You think I would do anything to mess up your hair?
No, but
I said, how am I going to get paid? What it does is because over time, your locks merge. So instead of me pulling them apart because it has to be separated in order for you to get clean lines, I would just cut them apart so you don't really feel the pull of it. That's the only thing. It's going to come apart regardless. That hurt it?
cause I felt some hair getting pulled. I don't know. Has somebody ever cried
Yes.
with long hair like they already had reaches?
Oh no. It was a little boy getting started off. I never went back. He had that angry cry, and it was getting on my nerves. I was about to punch him in the back of the head, but I can't do that because that's not my son. I was starting to take his yells personally, like he was yelling at me or something. I don't know. I was offended. Ooh, one more person, and then I can go to sleep.
Yeah, I think it hurt more because I haven't got retwist on that.
I'll forget that quick to get the scissors. Hold on.
Oh, you already had this shit.
Yeah, they're right here. I can't believe my niece having a baby. That's crazy sauce.
How old?
Oh, she's probably like 25.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the crazy sauce about her. Or even that I'm having a moment like, oh my god, my niece. It's not that either. She's gay.
Oh.
I'm confused. I mean, you can be bi, but she's always said she was strictly gay. And now she taking like baby shower photos. I'm confused. That's all. Maybe it's not my business. How about that? It's not my business. That's why it's confusing, because it's not my business.
Oh, wrong person. I'm sorry. I got distracted.
Mm.
What?
Hmm?
Is something wrong?
Mm-mm. Go back to sleep, I think. I'm going back to sleep, I think.
You probably about to go to sleep now.
It's hard for me to fall asleep, okay?
If I say I play some music, I bet you go to sleep.
Let me sit up.
Hmm?
Can I sit up with you?
No.
That's cool.
Go ahead. You sleep?
No, I leaned the chair like on a second. I really like to fall asleep back then.
You like where I like to fall asleep at?
I wish I could fall asleep back then.
Oh, yeah, I fall asleep anywhere. One thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sleep. My favorite place to sleep is in my car.
Well, first, I got this. I'm not in sleep attire because these clothes they not wet, but they got some like I don't know.
Damp?
Just don't feel clean and nothing.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Because if like I've been outside all day and I feel my body just ucky, like
Yeah.
I gotta get it off of me. I can't get comfortable.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you mean. Did you move the chair?
Mm-mm.
Scoot up a little bit. But for some reason, it seemed like it was easier a minute ago. Oh, technically that's strike one. Okay.
No.
Yup. You about to buy me a whole vacation. I'm so proud of you.
You can buy a vacation with not that much. You don't need that much.
Why not? What you think a $200,000 vacation is like? You think it's better than a vacation you spent $2,000 on?
No.
What?
If you
What?
spend 200,000, you obviously the 200,000 better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So which one you think I'd rather go on? $200,000 vacation or money that I can spend?
Oh, the 200,000.
Oh, okay.
But
So I'll let you know when you can write my check.
the 200,000. What can you even do? That could be that.
You can do anything you want. What you mean?
Like what? Like it's so random.
What? Okay, if you had a choice right now, somebody came up to you like, "Hey, I'm giving out." Mr. Beast came up to you right now. It was like, "I'm giving out free vacations anywhere you want to go." Where would you pick?
Shoot. See, I don't really like look into traveling or nothing. So
Just it's no place you ever thought, "Hey, I'd love to go there."
I guess I just go to Hawaii.
Okay, Hawaii, right? You got 200,000. Are you gonna take a private jet or are you gonna fly commercial?
Private.
Okay, that's number one. Let's just say that's 25,000 right there. Doing back and forth. We ain't really gonna take that much money for you. Back and forth. And then your hotel. Do you want like an ambassador suite or you just want a regular like motel?
What is a regular motel?
It's
we talking about trenchers or like
yeah, a regular one or like the Hamilton or something like that. Just a regular smuggler diggler. Or do you want like the whole front, like the presidential suite in the Bellagio?
how much is that?
Let's just say 5,000 a night.
How many nights am I saying?
That's up to you. You got 200,000.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay. Well, that's just how many nights you spending?
5 nights.
5 nights. Another 25,000. Okay, 50,000. You still got $150,000. Let's just say food. Even though you're probably not gonna spend that much on food. Let's just say food. Let's just say while you there for 5 days, you spend 2 bands a day on food. Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's 10,000 right there. We up to how much? 60,000. So we got 140,000.
But we haven't even got to the attractions yet.
That's fine. You got 120,000.
Okay.
The attractions will come to you for that much. So yeah, you would rather be on a better vacation with more money to spend. Think about that vacation versus how much you would actually spend in real life on a vacation.
Yeah, that is true.
I think that's better. Okay.
I realize I have a lot of dreads because of how long it took the retweets be taking.
Mm-hmm. Let me see if I can speed this up.
I saw they were taking out a style and then wanting it back instantly. Like they came back to you like before the retwist was like due.
A lot. Some people will have me come over just to restyle it. And what I mean by that, like they just got a retwist, but now they want something different. Like instead of 2 strands, now they want braids.
What?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah. Or I'll have somebody who don't want a retwist, you know, just want to style. Yeah. And especially with people who indecisive. But most of the time, if I'm changing the style, usually is while I'm there. They don't usually wait until after I leave. My bad. Because I always, before I leave, I always make sure you approve of it. You like it? You cool? Good? Alright. Once you say that, it's out of my hands. Because I'd be wasting money. Sorry. What am I going to eat today? That's a good question.
Are you hungry? Or are you just planning for the future?
Planning for the future.
I don't think you need to change your mind.
You say you don't think I'm going to change my mind?
Yeah, I'm asking.
I don't know. I'm indecisive. I might decide one thing and then want another. You could order me something real quick to go. You're the most head movingest person in the world.
I move my head to see how far it went.
No, because like you would look up and then I have my camera at a certain angle. And then you would look down. And I was like, now I gotta move it again.
The chair is hard to be comfortable.
You got another chair?
No.
Yeah. There we go. Okay, keep it like that for a second. Let's say I'll readjust in a second. You know what? Yeah. I need the scissors for you.
That hurt.
You know what? And also, sorry, this one is kind of bigger. Right here. So I'm gonna make, cause this one is really thick. I'm gonna make it into 2 logs.
You gonna separate?
Yeah.
Hey, where?
This one? You feel it? So you know how it's 2 on that side?
Mm-hmm.
And this is just 1.
I feel like it's gonna be really thin when you take this one.
You do? Well, that's just the new growth hasn't accumulated. Like, feel this one? This is 2 put together.
Right.
That one.
And then this one you separate.
Yeah.
Like this one.
Yeah.
This log is so skinny. And this is one of the ones that you separated.
Well, no, I didn't separate it. Actually, no. That's not it. This one is it. But it's 2 on 1. This is just 1. But since it's short, I had to do it right there.
Oh, so you taking the log? You separating the log itself or the 2 strands?
Okay, so this one, right? Since it's so thick, I'll make it into 2 and then 2 stranded into 1, so that this one starts to grow with this one. Not as one, but you know what I mean, at the same time.
Mm-hmm. All right.
The quicker way would be to just cut it. I don't want to cut it.
You combing these everything out. And then
Mm-hmm.
you do it.
Yeah. And then I'm going to put it back. I'm going to lock it back. Now this one is going to be longer than that one. How to start over there, since I'm separating it. I'm taking some from this one. Yeah. Right.
He being tired.
See, I didn't even know you could feel that. I'm sorry. Is why you decided to get locked?
Yes.
Well, once a month compared to every couple of days ain't that bad. I'm holding it.
This reminds me to never cut my locks.
Why?
Cause this hurt.
To cut them?
I know I'm saying this reminds me never to cut them. Because I know, because like, I'm not being bald, so.
Why not?
I know.
What did I do?
So I know I'm gonna grow it back. So then I'm gonna have to deal with this again.
Well, now I'm just trying to separate it. There. I'm being gentle. I'm even using my fingers this time.
I don't understand the way this hurt.
Me either. Because everybody else be like, oh, you're so gentle. I feel like I'm killing you.
I don't know. I wonder how it is to not be tolerated.
Man.
This don't make no sense.
You'll fall asleep. Most people, they like, I apologize so much. I didn't mean to fall asleep like that.
My hair is thick. Way too thick for that.
Okay, do this.
This is the one left?
Mm-hmm.
Where'd the other one go?
It's right here. I haven't made it yet.
Oh.
It's like an instant light.
I wonder what my hair looks like without it. Just want to see. Is there a normal hair?
Yeah, it's normal here. I just took some from this one and put it in that one.
Yeah. And that's gonna get the
Longer. Yeah.
See, the shrinkage is crazy.
Yeah, but after you drop, after you get some hang time, Sorry.
You've been telling me this for years. On my hair gonna drop.
I've only been doing your hair for how long?
A year and 6 months.
Oh, you got it down to the month.
Huh?
I said, oh, you got it down to the month, huh?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it ain't been that long. But I think it's also more because your hair is so thick and fluffy. You need more time to get weight.
That don't make sense. The thicker it, the more.
Yeah, but it's fluffy. Like, your hair is really lightweight. Like, even though it's thick, it's not heavy.
So when your hair drop, do it all drop at one time?
Yeah.
So now,
I mean, you might have a couple stragglers that might stick out, but for the most part, it all grows as one.
I don't know how my hair not heavy now. It seemed like it will.
I think I'm gonna start doing wigs. For this one? That's the one next.
Mm-hmm.
See, that one I didn't really have no hair to deal with. This one,
Yeah,
I took. You see, now okay, so now you feel it separated. You see how they both won, and how thick it probably would have been if they would have grew together.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's what I was saying. Welcome to my fish.
What's that?
I think it's your mama birthday.
Oh, that is scary.
Don't talk about your mama like that.
Cause you don't know what that is. That could be somebody choking.
It sounds like she burping. Wait, you said she could have been choking. You ain't even asked her, was she okay?
Cause she's walking around, so I know. But like,
how you know she ain't walking around passing out?
Because she would have came downstairs.
Oh, she would have came downstairs before she passed out.
Her first instinct would have been she came, or you would have been hearing loud bangs and stuff.
Hmm? I gotta cut your face out the video. You a troublemaker.
What did I do? You said look that way.
Yeah, now. Probably got like a whole 3 minutes of your face. So do you work off your PC or your laptop?
I don't have a laptop. I only have a PC.
What's that? Ain't this Acer a laptop?
Alright, this is not mine.
Oh. Would you ever want to do PC?
Would I ever want a new PC?
Do PC. I mean laptop, my bad. Laptop.
Nah. PC is way better.
How you figure?
Because it run better, screen bigger.
How many inches is your PC?
Well, not necessarily the PC, the monitor.
Monitor. How big is your monitor?
24 inch, which is not that big, but
No, that's pretty large.
maybe for a monitor, but
That's like a mini TV, which some people actually do buy TVs and set it up as a monitor.
so like laptop, and then it's a way you can sit at the desk and be on the computer easier than you can a laptop.
I
See
feel
the
like
screen properly.
I feel like it's more portable though. Like with my laptop.
Yeah, but where do I plan to go?
See what you? I guess it all hurt, huh?
Anything.
Cause I'm like, if I cut all these little pieces, it's gonna add time. I understand the bigger ones, but what was you saying? Oh yeah, my PC. Like, well, I guess it's me personally because I travel so much. So if I'm going somewhere, I know I'm going to be there a couple of days. I pack up my laptop.
Man, this time it hurt. Like,
I don't know why. I'm still doing it the same way I've always been doing it.
cause it's been longer. I guess.
Is this the longest you ever went?
In a while. I think the longest was the summer retwist when I was going back to school.
Mm.
But this might be longest.
I said, now I'm doing it with my fingers. I stopped touching it with the phone. How did you get braids?
What do you mean?
If you tend to hair like this,
Oh my god, I went through
what?
hell to get braids. It was rough.
Cause I was like, I know braids. If you think these is tight, braids pull out your brain.
Ah, sorry. I feel my eye socket coming out.
Please don't say that. Somebody gonna call CPS on me. Like, unhand that boy.
My hand is too tender.
That's crazy.
Cause are you using this gel? Like,
Yeah, you don't feel me putting it on there?
no.
Wow. Okay, like when I put the gel on, it's like that. You feel it? You just feel it pulling.
I just feel like pulling.
See, I don't know what to do because I feel bad. But I know you brought me over here for a mission. I gotta complete my mission.
And there's still a good amount left. There's still a good amount left. Is this already 2 strand?
Where?
Oh no.
Put it back. Messing with stuff. These is not your locks. Stop touching them. I don't know why my clients always think they locks is theirs. Like, y'all didn't grow these. Y'all had nothing to do with these. Stop touching my locks. Thank you.
It's so long. Once you get to the top, it get faster.
What's that? Who?
Get to the top, it get faster.
Yeah. Only thing is, it's like cutting these little bitty strands. Oh Lord. Cause I was thinking like I do like this. Well, that one came off easier. With like a slit like that and then cut it. But I feel like you feel it even when I just make the slit. You might be allergic to this comb.
Oh, what it is. Oh my god, it is rough.
I said I just made that up. Sir, where are you going? Your 1 minute video gonna be fucked up.
Cause I'm hurrying and then my hand can actually steal.
I know. That's why you get charged so much. I can't work under these conditions. And then I got one more person, I think.
Then you done for the day.
Yes.
That's not a short day, dude.
Yeah, it is, actually. Having only for 3 people today. Yeah, that's a short day. And what's crazy is I actually set your appointment at the wrong time. And you looked at the whole schedule, complimented me on how neat it was. And then you tell me
10 a.m.
But on the schedule it said 8 a.m.
No, it did not.
Yeah, it did. The one I sent you, it said 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. You was like, that's too early. You ain't saying nothing.
It says 8 a.m.
To 12.
Right, so I thought it was like 3 at a time. Like,
Nah, if your appointment, if you said to be here between 10 and 11,
I thought that's, I don't know.
8 a.m. is not supposed to be on there. I don't even think have I ever came over here, ADU? Where'd they get that from?
You came over here like in a late afternoon.
Yeah, but I've never.
Twice.
But I said I don't think I've ever came here before 10.
You know, I know I'm not awake.
That's what I'm saying. Like, who made that up? I'm gonna tell my son stop messing with my schedule, cause something ain't right. But yeah, like I said, I was upset because I filmed the ASMR video like 2 days ago, right? So I knew my weekend was gonna be booked. So I'm like, okay, cause it's a 6-hour video, and I'm like, okay, let me get this off my phone, so that I can have room for y'all on my phone. Because even though I bought a memory card, sometimes it want to act funny. So I went to sleep Thursday night, plugged it up so it can make the video, so it can actually produce it. I woke up, it ain't do nothing.
You can't delete it and try to export it.
Yeah, you can't. Well, you can't. I delete it and then I do it again and then try to export.
No, you gotta have it. The video still. You can't delete it.
No. I don't. Okay. So when it says that it is like it's not readable or a program, where it is in my gallery is like a gray picture, like a gray blank picture. So then I have to delete that and start over. But the thing about it is, even though it says 0 minutes and 0 seconds, it takes up as much space as it would have been if it was complete. So then I delete the gray one and redo it. But once the bigger one is made, I delete. Okay, so you know how this is in pieces. So let's just say it takes 4 different pieces to make this film, right? Mm-hmm. So after I copy and paste it and put it into one, I'll delete the pieces because I no longer need the pieces and it's taking up memory. Oh, yeah. I just need the whole thing now. Yeah, so I had to spend all of yesterday uploading this 6-hour video. And I missed all 5 of my hair clients waiting on it. And the last one, oh, they would have loved it. Loved it. I gotta do his anyway because he got roaches.
See, are you seeing them?
How else do you know somebody got roaches?
So you just saw like them on the floor.
Everywhere.
Maybe not. Why would you just refuse business? No, you sat in there and they said this here while you see the little roaches claws.
I don't know. I don't know why I don't. I don't know. Because it's not like he don't come to my house sometimes. I got 2 clients that I don't bring my whole case in there. They don't even know I got a case. I don't bring a bag. I don't bring nothing. I'm just about to bring, I asked them before I get there, like, you know what style you want? So if they want 2-strand twists, I make sure to bring all my small rubber bands. If they want something else, I just bring a couple big rubber bands. Comb, some lock gel, and some clips. Everything else, I'm not bringing inside. Because, like, say if I go to him before I come here, right? Say if a roach crawl into my case. And I'm sitting here talking to you and a roach crawl out my case.
Yeah, it look bad for you.
Exactly. That's very unprofessional. And then you gonna think I'm trifling because I got roaches coming out of my case.
Then you summon the roach to our house.
Exactly. And then not only is you trifling, but you bringing roaches to my house? Oh no. You can't ever come back. Because there ain't no roaches outside. They can only come in your house if they're brought there.
Hey, roaches don't be outside.
No, roaches don't be outside. You ever seen a roach outside?
So how do they summon? How do they be created and appear?
What do you mean?
How do they appear if there's no roaches outside?
How
like,
they appear
how do they
is
originate?
Okay, they travel. They, especially the very, very tiny ones. The baby roaches are the size of nets. And so roaches have a really keen sense of smell. Most of the time you see roaches, it's not people who just have stuff all everywhere. They are decomposition bugs. So they like to break stuff down. So if they smell on you that you might have rotten food at your house, because your smell of your house travels with you everywhere you go. You might not be able to smell it, but other things can, like dogs, bugs, etc. And so it's like, okay, not only do it smell it, but roaches leave a urine trail. They leave a feces trail. So if your bag, even though you don't see it, if your bag is covered in roach feces and urine, the other roaches will smell it and they'll go towards that because they're like, okay, there was a roach here. There must be food here. Yada, yada, yada.
Falling like that is insane.
Yeah. And so the roach will crawl in my bag, right? And I have one roach. And if it's pregnant, especially if it's pregnant, it'll come here and start laying eggs. And then they don't care who they do it with. They don't care. Sister, brother, don't matter. They just reproduce. And roaches create a lot of babies.
So they come from far away. They just.
What you mean?
So like, if a roach was here, like one, they'd come far away to come smell the other one. Like, how would two of them even appear?
What you mean two of them?
Okay,
At your house?
Yeah.
Like, say you don't have roaches now and you get them? How do they get here?
Yeah.
They have to be brought.
So it's no possible. So the first ever roach in the entirety of the world.
I don't know how that. Listen, that's a whole different discussion. I don't know how the first roach appeared in the world. That's beyond my expertise. That's like asking me how the first butterfly ever became. I don't know where it started from. 200 BC. I don't know if Jesus had roaches or not.
Okay, so
I wasn't there.
the only way it can appear is in Bronze.
Yeah. When the last time, other than on the garbage, when the last time you seen a roach just outside?
I don't think I've ever seen.
Exactly. You see caterpillars outside. You see flies. Yeah. You don't just see a roach on the road just chilling. I know for a fact, only time I've ever seen roaches was in somebody's house.
Yeah. I've never seen a roach in somebody's house. Yeah, I swear if they ever
I have. My auntie used to have roaches real bad. But then we weren't allowed to go over there no more.
Like, if they got bad roaches to the point where they crawling on the walls, bumping up in corners. Have you ever went to somebody's house and it's like that?
Yeah, that's how my client was yesterday.
No way you.
Yeah, like every room. Okay, so
Girl,
they have the thing is because the thing is people you can't judge. Okay, yes you can. Yes, the hell you can't judge a piece of. Listen, I'm trying.
That is nice.
Lord, I'm trying to say this the correct way. Why do I still service people who got roaches? I think at the end of the day, I'm money hungry. I can't.
But man, it gotta be a limit.
It is a limit. Way. I have a disclaimer now because so many people have done so many things while I'm in their presence that I do have a disclaimer. You are allowed to smoke while I'm here, right? You're allowed to smoke. You can smoke weed. You can smoke cigarettes. Things you cannot smoke: crack, heroin, opioid. Like just you're not allowed to do any hard drugs while I'm here. Sorry, I will leave. You drink if you want to. Nothing too rough. I've had people who play dice in front of me. You can't do that either.
Why? Because you get mad.
Not only that they get mad, but imagine me doing your hair, right? And it keep being your turn. So guess what you got to do? You got to keep getting up. You got to keep throwing the dice. You can't sit there and throw the dice. You got to get up. And then what if you gamble away my money? Oh, it's not your problem.
Oh, yeah.
I once had two cousins who hair I went to go do. First I don't know what was wrong with them, but first they started fighting over the dice game, then they started fighting over me. And it was just weird. I never went back.
I think you told me when you didn't finish his hair.
Yeah, and then they got bleached really bad.
I don't know if I remember that part, but I remember one of the cousins whooped them or something.
Yeah. People crazy. I once had a lady shoot at her son.
What?
Yeah.
How old was her son?
Like 35.
Why did that happen?
From what I can guess, he was drinking and then she was drinking and then she said he got disrespectful and then he got disrespectful. So People had drama. Yeah, people just get drama.
Are you on the top now?
Almost like midway.
No, wait. This is okay. This is like the turning point.
Yeah, that's a turning point. That's why I said midway.
Yeah, like
Once, to me, the top, in my opinion, is that part to where I'm going forward, and then the part where I go to the top. If I got to keep going in the U shape, then I'm kind of midway in my opinion.
yeah, but the little line that be in people, yeah, like the turning point.
Yeah, I agree. So like the bottom is to me the ears and below. Midpoint is up to your temple, and then the top is temple above. My audience is gonna be mad at you.
Screw you. I'm
What?
sorry. It's
He didn't mean that. He didn't mean that. He's just upset because he tenderhead.
Yeah, it's too much. I'm trying to optimize for the video.
No, this is a great video though because it shows everybody not everything is peaches and sunshine when it comes to doing hair. That you do have some clients who are more sensitive to others, and you have to accommodate that. Not everybody gonna fall asleep and just be easy. You have to be able to do anybody's hair. Kids, old people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because sometimes I don't know who hair I'm about to do. Wow. I got 2 hours before my next one. You think I'm gonna make it?
2 hours?
Mm-hmm.
No way it takes 2 more hours.
No.
I'm gonna be like,
You probably got like
40 minutes.
like an hour and 55 minutes. I don't think 2 hours is going.
Hour and 55 minutes?
I don't think 2 hours. You don't need a whole 2 hours.
No, that's like 40 minutes.
Yeah. I love telling people I'm 4'12".
412.
Yes.
Why? Because it sounds better to be shorter.
Yes, kind of. But also, I like throwing people off their square. And if people like to argue with me that I can't be 4'12", why can I not? Technically, it is a correct measurement. 5 inches is 4 feet, 12 inches.
Well, that is true. We're just supposed to round. Supposed to round.
That's a social thing. I don't have to do anything. Okay?
Prefer it to be quote unquote correct.
I was telling people I was 30 ever since I was 28. I've been 30 for 3 years now. This is actually the first year that I'm actually 30.
Man, the roaches is crazy. So, like, they be, like, near your feet.
They be everywhere. Like, okay, I went to the bathroom once. I was so scared I walked out, but I really had to pee. And then he was like, what's wrong? I don't want to tell him it's roaches all over your floor.
He don't know?
He do know.
So what's he acting like?
People
He's just trying to normalize
Yeah.
the bugs.
Yeah. And I was just like, oh, my purse is out here. I need some wipes. So my purse, I keep. Maybe he know that I know he got purse. Because my purse.
I mean, like, they on the wall. And
they everywhere. Okay, let's start from the beginning, right? So I'm not going to tell you which client it is. Because I can't be.
I don't even know who they is.
Right, I can't even talk about my clients like this. Like, so chill out. We ain't about to gossip about my clients. But anyway, like I was saying. So his neighborhood is not that bad. I don't judge people by their neighborhood, you know. You can have a great house. Scoot up. I don't know what's going on here. To the right a little bit. A little more. A little more. Let's say to the carpet. turn it to put your feet in there if you want to. I say, turn your chair to the left. That's cool? Okay. But okay, so I don't judge people by their neighborhood or the house that they live in because you just don't. That's not the right thing to do. So when you get to his neighborhood, you know, some great neighborhood. Then one thing, he has a dog, which I love Harleen. I love her to bits and pieces. But they don't clean up after her.
The dog probably started
Yeah.
it.
So she has her own room to where she pees and poops. And they never get it up. So as soon as you walk in the house, they house stink. It's stink.
That's crazy.
And so then I have this phobia of sinks a little bit now. Sinks. Because when you go in the kitchen, it's like a hoarder's house. It's always stuff everywhere, like trash everywhere, food everywhere, diapers everywhere. It's just always everywhere. But you got them anyway. So I go to the sink to wash his hair. Not every one time I've been to his house and he didn't have dishes in his sink. So he has to move the dishes out the sink from whatever they just got done cooking. And then I wash it in the sink. But the thing is, you know how I lean over? I have to make sure that since I'm short and he's like 6 something, he's tall. I have to make sure that my body doesn't touch the sink.
Why?
Because they be roaches crawling on their sink. And my body brush up against this sink and a roach hop on me.
I'm not.
It's gonna be a problem. Let them stay over there. Like, maybe that's another reason because they ain't never did nothing to me. His roaches ain't did nothing to me. They respect me. They stay over there. I ain't never been crawled on. You know what I mean?
So if you get crawled on, it's over. Like,
Yeah, as soon as I get crawled on, you disrespect.
Like you ain't coming back.
Yeah. I draw the line. And so that's the sink. So then after I wash his hair, then Gil gets the towel. I try not to think about where you just got this towel from, but if you want to dry your hair with it, that's on you, boo boo. And then we sit there for 4 to 5 hours. Sometimes they offer me beverages. Every single time I decline.
You want something to drink and some roach?
I go thirsty. I will go thirsty because I wish I would put my lip up to a bottle and a roach crawl on it.
Yeah, you might honestly get roaches in your body.
Yeah, listen, you ain't gotta worry about me. You ain't ever gonna have to worry about me. That's $26,000 right there, just so you know.
I didn't even move.
You keep moving. You're moving as you're saying you're not moving. So yeah, but he's a cool guy. He's a cool guy. I can't eat or drink or take my stuff in his house. And if I use his bathroom, even though I don't sit on people's toilets anyway, but it's just extra. My whole problem with it is at the end of the day, a dog's gonna be a dog. So if you want to be trifling, this is your house. That's your business. I'm just like, y'all got a small child here. Ain't no way that she not getting affected by these roaches because it's too many of them. Too many of them.
And the dog.
Yeah, yeah. They have a Great Dane, and so you know that dog takes big, huge shits.
They don't clean it up.
No.
Ever?
No. Now, okay, I'll put it to you this way, right? So, one day, Harleen had did something to the fact that she was in trouble, so she had to stay in her room. I came over to do his hair, and I wanted to say hi to Harleen because I like Harleen. She's very sweet. And so, he was like, well, she's in her room. She's on punishment, but you can go say hi. And so, I went and I opened the door. Baby, that fine musk of pee and poop. I ain't never speaking to your dog ever again in life.
So it'd be like piled up.
I don't know. I closed the door. I was traumatized. I should have known better than going in these people's house like this. You see the outside. Why would I go in the back where stuff is at? That's my fault. That's my fault. That ain't even their fault. That's my fault. Because I should have known better.
Can the dog just be? Can the dog walk free roam?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that dog just be eating up everything.
Yeah, like the thing is they don't really feed their dog like that. And he get mad at her because she's constantly going through the garbage. But I had to tell him she's constantly going through the garbage because you can see her rib bones.
Mm.
Yeah, that's why she's going in the garbage, sir. And I can tell you ain't just feed her because she's so small. She's all black with a white chest. And so even though Great Danes are large, when she probably comes up to my hip or like my thigh.
Like she's smaller because she didn't get to fully grow because she ate.
Yeah, her weight is under. Like she's still tall, but she's really lanky. I say this gonna hurt a little bit. But yeah, they crawl on the walls. They just be chilling. Sorry. I gotta go through Ajo video.
Really treacherous.
The struggle. The struggle.
So how do my hair drop with 2-strand if it's like twice the weight?
What you mean?
Isn't 2-strand 2 lots together twice the weight?
Yeah. So what you mean you shrivel up together? What you mean?
I'm saying how hasn't haven't dropped yet with 2-strand?
Because even though, okay, so if you feel this, like pick up your one lock, you see how light that is?
Mm-hmm.
Now it's gonna stand up, right? Now this is another one, right? Feel this one with 2 of them together and let it drop. So you feel how it has a little bit more weight, but it's still not a lot because your locks aren't a lot. It's like a balloon. It's not gonna weigh nothing. 2 balloons ain't gonna weigh that much more. But he cool people. He's my cousin's best friend, so it's not like I can go off on him that much.
A roach problem me. It's an issue.
That's what I'm saying. His roaches are very polite.
Stepping into that house is enough.
I turn the lights on. They get out my way.
So it's really that many?
It is.
Like how over 1,000?
I think for every one roach you see, I think it's like 500 or something like that you don't see.
So you see 500 roaches?
I see. Let's say when I went to the bathroom, I seen at least 6 of them.
That's
small, big, no, on the floor.
So like on the walls or still something.
Yeah, but there you don't see as many in the bathroom on the wall that you would on the floor and in the tub. Because on the floor, as soon as you walk in the bathroom and you open it, it smells like pee. That's number 1. And then 2, like I said, it looks like a hoarder's house. I don't know what better way to describe it. When I mean stuff is everywhere, I don't mean just regular stuff. It's the bathroom, but it's a coloring book in there and an old plate and shit that should be in the basement. It's just, it was a sand bucket in the sink.
What?
Yeah, I don't know what to do with that.
So like, who's the owner of this house?
He is. Him and his fiance.
He's married?
He's getting married. That's why I'm like, and I'm single and I don't have no roaches. None. Not one. I promise you I don't have one roach. It's crazy. And they got a daughter together.
So they live together in the house?
Yes.
And they're fine with the roaches.
I mean, they might not be fine with them, but I don't see them having a problem with them either. Like, they talk to me like they don't see these roaches. And then I gotta respond like I don't see them too.
So I'd be probably sleeping in bed, roaches crawling.
Yup.
That's nasty.
Because where roaches don't go, you can't name a place where a roach won't travel.
Crawling up on you while you sleep.
Right.
That's
I'm paranoid. Like a couple times I be having like to touch my legs and stuff. Like I don't see nothing, but I don't care. I think I feel something.
You feel you just feel tickles on your lip.
Yeah, just in case. Because I got locks. What if a baby roach get in my locks?
Oh, really bad.
Right. And then like I have clients like y'all, which y'all not better than him, but I wouldn't want to bring something to the house that you don't already have. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like y'all not a little bit, y'all is, but y'all not. I'm really tired of trying to be politically correct. That motherfucker trifling. Listen. It's because it's so hard trying to sugarcoat. I can't listen. I just don't want to bring no roaches to anybody else's house who already don't got roaches. Basically, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Oh, but you'll bring roach to roach if it
Yeah, because apparently you don't care about having roaches. And then maybe y'all can be one big happy family. Your roaches can meet their roaches.
They probably be fighting, and so you be saying dead roaches all the time.
I don't pay attention. I try not to. I just try to get in and get out. Like, you see how there's this pole right here I'm leaning up against?
Yeah.
I would never at their house. I would never.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I would never.
What would you do if they was like, while he's doing it here, he's like playing with one?
What?
Like in his hand.
What?
He got
What? Like,
He's
you let
like-
it grow off from hand to hand.
He's like,
Don't. That's not even funny. That is not even funny. That's like the girl who went viral for having a roach collection.
oh yeah. He's just
But these people black though. I can't even blame it on the Caucasians of people. Like, these people are purebred black.
He's just like,
I don't care. And then it's a 2-family flat. So the girl, the fiance, her brother stays upstairs.
so he got roaches.
I don't know, but in my experience, when your house is connected, if one got roaches, y'all all got roaches. I've never seen places connect to where.
What if he originated the roaches into the house?
Y'all not trying to get rid of them?
It's impossible.
It's not impossible. First off, roaches have to have somewhere to live where they feel it suffice for their type of lifestyle. So that's why you're not going to go to a clean house and see roaches. Roaches like easy access food. They like the smells. They like the dirt. They dirty bugs, basically. They're bugs of dirty people. That's why their cousin, the shrimp, eats poop off the floor in the sea, because they're bottom feeders. They eat what's left. So anyway, the clean people, yeah, they don't. Yeah, you'll never see a roach in the house, basically.
They just die.
Yeah. They might try to procreate, but I feel like they also have something to do with the roaches because of how their house is. It's one thing to have roaches and you're like, okay, my house is clean, but the person upstairs got roaches. It look like you brought them in.
So they like. So what would their first step be?
First off, I would bomb the house. That's number one. I wouldn't even start cleaning first. First off, I'm about to bomb the house. Because how am I going to clean the houses and roaches everywhere? What if I pick up something, a whole bunch of roaches fall off a piece of something? I will fuck you up.
Heck, you know.
You will literally see me faint and then my soul in my body. Like,
Do you fall in the pit of roaches?
that's what I was thinking too. I would catch myself from falling. Because I wish I would wake up and I'm laying on the pit. Man, dog. I would freak out. I would scream so bad.
Oh my god.
I would probably have like a nervous breakdown. Like I couldn't do it. Like you ever seen Dumber and Dumberer?
Yeah.
You seen when Bob Saget was in the bathroom, it was poop everywhere.
Oh man, the songs though.
He was like, "It's poop," but it was chocolate. He's like, "It's poop everywhere. It's on the seat. It's on the." He was just cursing and yelling about the poop. I feel like that's how it would be about roaches. Like, it's there everywhere.
First, you will bomb the house. And
Okay, first I'll bomb the house, and then the bomb is going to get rid of the roaches.
all of them.
The way I'm gonna bomb it, I might just blow it up. Like I might just blow up the house. So, because at this point, if it got roaches, it's already condemned. But anyway, so yeah, you probably get some type of insecticide, something to kill the roaches. Not only kill the roaches, but you need to prevent them from procreating. So usually what that is, you get a roach trap, or you would get like the stuff you put down and they don't die immediately, but they'll carry it back to their nest. And whoever feeds on it, they're going to die. Get that. And then clean the house, throw out any junk, anything where it's covered in feces, anything like that. Because remember, as I told you before, they leave trails. So even if you do clean, right, you got a whole bunch of stuff covered in roach poop, it's easy for roaches to find them. So we got rid of the original problem. We put in a prevention plan for them to stop coming. And then we're getting rid of their environment. So even if for some magical reason they do come back, they won't have nowhere to stay because now it's going to be clean. And I'm going to keep it clean.
I'm sure the roaches not going to leave though.
What you mean? They don't have a choice. You can stay and die.
Well, you're going to be seeing roaches still. But that's the main issue. It's not about them living there. It's about seeing the fact that they...
But that's how you get rid of them. You got to bomb, you got to extract them, and then prevent them from producing more babies, and then get rid of their environment.
Just bomb every 2
Yeah.
days.
Yep. Every day I leave for work, we about to set off a new set of bombs. Take the dogs outside. Cause then what if I go to rub my dog and my dog got a roach on it?
The dog, then you gotta clean the dog. That dog room, I just know it's
Filthy.
that dog probably got infections, to be honest. Cause like you think about it, the dog's sitting in that closed room with all that feces.
Yeah, and then for what I learned, because I do watch Hoarders, that ammonia and feces I already knew that. You know when somebody farts and you smell it?
Mm-hmm.
You know why you smell it?
It's not good.
No, because it's particle of poop in the air. And then so the poop goes into your nostril and it registers that it stinks. It's tiny bitty particles of poop in your nose. That's how. So at a certain point that it starts to accumulate and get more and more, the pet will start to suffer from breathing problems because their lungs and their walls are being lined with feces, which is very dirty, has a lot of germs, makes them hard to breathe. So I know that one for a fact.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then I know it's probably piled up, but it's nasty.
Is what? Probably
piled up. Because you said they never clean. Like,
even if they do, because like I said, I didn't completely go back there. But even if they do, the smell from back there, if you picked it up, you didn't clean it up. You know what I mean? Like you probably got some paper towel and picked it up, but that spot to where she defecated is still there, loud and proud. What's that word? Ooh. If you ain't the most movingest person.
This chair is not like...
You want to get a pillow for your booty?
No, it's my back.
Oh.
So now we on the top.
I mean, we're on the next row up. That make you feel better.
How are we not? This is unrealistic.
Like we're here, and then you got this left. You probably got like an hour left.
Okay, whatever.
What?
An hour?
Yes.
You not for real.
I mean, at the most, an hour.
That's not even possible.
How is that not possible?
Because it is only the top. And the top be so quick.
Well, okay, when we first started, right? I think it was like 1 o'clock. It's been 20 minutes since then. But also, I went to the bathroom too. So.
You went to the bathroom for 5 minutes.
I know what I'm saying is it took up some of the time. So I was going to say that maybe this is taking a long time, but I forgot I also went to the bathroom.
And I have to sit in a pool of detox.
Yeah. So let's just say that took up the first hour. So. Yeah. Oh, and then also, you know how on YouTube they have albums?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking about giving y'all your own album.
Per person?
Yeah. So like yours gonna be your name on your album. Whoever here else I do, whenever I upload a video, is gonna be in their album.
And here's so you can see how their hair progress.
Mm-hmm. And then see every video from this person. Because it is people who like certain people hair I do. So like they can't message me on YouTube, but they'll come to my Instagram and it was like, when are you gonna do another video with so and so? Like, I like the way y'all talking. I like blah blah blah.
Mm. So do you record the person with the roaches stuff?
I didn't, because remember I was trying to upload the video last night.
Oh, you're considering putting your tripod down?
Yeah, but it's just the tripod, nothing else, just the tripod.
And your phone on it? Then
Yeah, but it's something simple.
you would like. What about the background? Like,
That's his fault.
you gonna upload it?
Listen, my page is very raw, okay? Very raw. I let everybody know how my page is. Now, I will say I try to focus on the back of the head as much as possible. But like yours, stuff happens to where little clips of stuff gets in there. So like, yeah, I can have it zoomed in, focus on the back of his head. But like, if I turn it and I'm trying to get it to the other side of his head and it pick up a roach on the wall, that has nothing to do with me. Because I didn't bring you the roaches. So, why are you mad at me?
Like, I could never, bro.
Yeah.
One roach is enough to... Bro. Huh?
How do you get just one roach? Like, I've never really seen one roach. I'm gonna be honest. Like, anytime I ever went to somebody's house, it was always more than one. So, I don't even think they come out of hiding until it's a lot of them.
I think I've heard people be like, just casual about roaches. Like,
Casual.
Like, like they just be like on TikTok. They just be like, "Ooh, them roaches." Be.
What?
I don't know. They be.
How is that normal?
They be acting like, I swear they act like it's normal to just like have a few around the house.
I've seen a roach sandwich before.
They be like, when I see a roach, and then they be having a little spray, and they just like this little TikTok dance or something.
Did you hear about? Okay, a couple years ago, right? It was a man that was here in the city, and he shot himself trying to shoot at a roach.
Nah.
Yeah, that stuff was hilarious.
His foot?
Yeah, he shot his foot trying to shoot a roach. Why you think you can shoot a roach? I don't know.
Why can't you?
You know how tiny a roach is? You have to have some really impeccable aim to try to shoot a roach.
The bullets, ain't they like big enough to hit the roach?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You have to hit it though. If you see a fly and you shoot at the fly, you can end up having a hole in your wall, but that fly's still gonna be alive. You actually have to hit the fly with the bullet.
Why don't you just put the gun up to the roach real close?
You think the roach gonna sit there and like, Don't
Do
do
they
it,
run?
bloodbath. Don't do it.
Bloodbath is crazy.
Like, I got a whole family to go home to. I got 10,000 kids. Who gonna feed them? No.
Do they run?
Yes, they gonna run. Anytime you go anywhere near a roach, it runs. I don't think I've ever seen a roach just sit there and want to have a conversation.
So if you go near them, they start on.
Yes. Especially if you go into a dark room and you turn the light on, they hate it. They get to scurrying real bad.
I also hate flies.
I also hate. Oh no, my number one bug, because I actually like bugs. I do like bugs,
True.
but I love bugs.
I don't know
love
how
bugs.
that can be possible.
Only
after
bug I
knowing-
don't like is a mosquito.
After knowing that roaches and flies are bugs,
That's different. Like,
that's enough for me to not like bugs. Like, are you
see,
serious?
that's just their own species of bugs. And I don't like them as a person and what they mean. So like a roach don't exactly bother me because I don't got roaches. But I don't hate them. It's just you're not gonna be at my house.
I feel like it's a good reason. Like, I don't hate them, but it's a good reason to be afraid of them and just despise them if you see them.
Yeah, they mean that you have a hygiene problem. I'm sorry, but I've never seen roaches inside of a clean house. The other day, right? This lady, she went to a strip club, and she came out the strip club, and she went up to an Audi, and Audi was covered in roaches.
The car?
Yes.
Like the full car?
Yes. Like, she put the camera up to the windowsill, and on the windowsill, it was roaches.
In it or on the outside?
On the inside.
Oh, no.
And I mean, it was like hundreds of them. And she was like, how do she drive? She was like, this is an Audi. It was an all-white Audi, too.
Dog, how?
Exactly. And then what do your house look like if you got roaches like that in your car? That's what I'm saying. People just don't care.
What could you be doing? That's a little too much.
How can you drive and you got roaches like this? You don't feel them crawling on you.
I'd be on the window shield. She probably really gotta keep. Nah, she can't even swipe them off while she driving. Like,
She can't.
I was gonna say she gonna turn a little rain swiper, but that's on the
That's
outside.
the inside.
Yeah, it's on the inside.
Yeah, I'm just. That's why I was like, yeah, some people. I don't know what my excuse is for going over there. I don't think I got one. Other than me, I guess the money.
Bro, it's enough clients. I bet.
It is now. My clientele is really starting to go up now. And then also, I heighten my prices.
You said what?
I said also I heighten my prices.
You hired your person?
Heighten my prices.
What that mean?
My prices are higher now?
Oh.
Yeah.
So you would tell me this while I'm getting my retweet?
Not for you. Not for
Oh.
you. I do have certain people to where I will be honest. I'm a little biased. And until your hair is like down here, then maybe I'll charge you more, but you good.
So you going to
No, I wouldn't side swipe you. Anybody now that's new, I send them my new chart. And then I also send them my extra services.
So what's the new amount?
Your hair. Well,
Not for me, but like in general.
no, I mean for your length. Okay, so your length, let's say, okay, so above the ear is 60, to the shoulder is 80, to the bra strap is 100, and then it goes, I think, to your butt is 120, which I probably charge more than that. I need to do that over because I wish I would. But and then more is like 150 or whatnot. So for your length, it will go up $20.
Not bad.
Because it's 80, but then it's 20
Well, you
for
said if
travel.
it's right here, it's 80.
Yeah. So it's 80 if you come to me, and then 20 for travel.
And then above the ear is 60. 80, and then down your back is 100.
So the person I just came from, his was 100. And then so yeah, the person who moved his appointments, his is 80 because his is about the same length as yours. Maybe it's probably a little shorter. His ain't this long, but shorter. And then my last person of the day, his is like, I think 80. His is about to be 100 because he getting to that point. And then also, right, I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. But if you ever message me and tell me how long it's been between your last retwist and that I'm going to have a hard time retwisting your hair because it's stuck together, I'm going to block.
So what they supposed to do? Never get a retwist?
They is supposed to get a retwist, but if you know your hair is sticking together, don't be like, oh, next time I get a retwist, you will have a fun time with this because they stuck together.
Yeah, like, girl,
I'm charging you extra.
Like, that's, I don't, like, when people do that, I just find that stupid. Like, bro, you ain't, like, you is not my main priority to be sacrificing like this.
Man. See, now I'm at the top.
You're gonna have a fun time with this.
Yeah. And then he was like, yeah, I don't want my appointment. Matter of fact, it was the one, oh no, I didn't tell you about that one. He had his appointment for today scheduled. He likes to tell me 2 months in advance when he wants
2 months in
Yeah,
advance.
I don't know why. He told me in March he wanted an appointment for June.
What?
Yeah, you got me messed up. So then he changes it to I think like 2 weeks ago. And so he messaged me the day before and he's like, well, I need my original date back. And so yesterday, again, he messaged me. It's like, well, tomorrow I know my appointment is at 3 o'clock, but can you come at 10? I cannot.
That's why you don't plan 2 months.
Yeah, I mean, no, you can plan 2 months in advance, but you got to stick to your schedule. You cannot try to change it the day before and then you want to change it back. No. At that point, you have already made your schedule. So I can't give him 10 o'clock because you already have 10 o'clock. I might put somebody back, but I will never move somebody's spot or cancel it for somebody else. But the thing is, even before I move it, I'm going to ask you first. Like, say your appointment at 10 o'clock and someone needs to get squeezed in. I'm going to ask you first, like, hey, can I come at 12? Now, if my appointment is going over, I'm going to inform you, like, hey, I'm still at my client house. I probably got like 30 more minutes, yada, 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 common courtesy. But yeah, I wouldn't be like, well, you know what? This person needs an appointment. Let me tell this other person I can't come. Absolutely not. Wait, you know what? I'm going to start doing that. $200 if you want me to move somebody's stuff. There you go.
Increase the price.
Yeah, I will bump somebody for $200. I don't know. Maybe that's me. You think that's me?
What, to bump somebody or to make them spend it?
No, people spend money on the stupidest stuff. I don't care what people spend their money on. That's up to them. The fact that, okay, say if you make your appointment 2 weeks ago, right, with me for today, right, have it set, and then the day before somebody said, I need an appointment at this time. I got a funeral to go to, yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, well, I have somebody already in the spot, but in order to bump it, it's $200. If they send me that $200, then I'm going to have to call you, and I'm like, well, can we reschedule your appointment? I don't think that's right.
Yeah.
Especially you been pre-planned yours. Just because that person got money, I don't think that's, no. I don't think that's fair. People with money shouldn't get advantages. Until I become with a person with money, then we should get all the advantages.
So are they going forward? Are you going forward now?
What you mean?
The logs. Are you still doing the ones right before?
In the back. You got probably one more row before I start going to the front. Because you don't like girls to go to the front to like right here. Like right here.
Yeah.
So you probably got one more row to the back. And then the old guy, I can't have him come to my house because hair takes too long for me to do.
Yeah, who?
The one from yesterday, his hair takes 5 hours for me to do. Oh, well, yesterday was over 5 hours.
No, mine takes a while.
Yeah, his okay. So I got to his house. Let's just say at 10:30. Okay, let's just say after washing, parlaying, talking, whatever. I start his hair at 11. 11 to 12. That's 1 hour. Okay, and then I got done around 4. So it took me like 5 hours to do his hair.
Mm-hmm.
And then okay, right. I got the back of your head in this video, right? To the left, I can start seeing some of your shoes. I can see the red ones and the yellow and black ones. Now, if a row starts to crawl down your wall, that ain't got nothing to do with me. It's focused on the back of your head, but anything else. Why you got roaches?
Yeah, if you put the person's face, that would be crazy.
No, I don't. For privacy reasons, I really try not to get people's faces. Because not only that, but some people are camera shy. Some people don't want to be on my video. Like, yeah, I can't do your hair, but I got to be on video in order for you to do my hair. That's messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do kids' hair, which is illegal to just put their stuff out there. So I just try not to get in nobody's face. It's all the hassle. I don't want to have to, also, I don't want to have to get consent forms, all that signing. No. Michigan is a, free record state, which means as long as one person in the conversation agrees to be recorded, it's not illegal. And technically, I'm part of all the conversation, so I agree.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And then, yeah, I don't have to get permission if it's not your face.
Wait, you don't have to give her permission?
Nope.
Don't let it defeat the purpose.
What you mean?
You don't have to give permission if it's not your face. Oh, right.
Right. What?
Obviously.
Obviously. And tomorrow I can go get my nails done.
It's Father's Day, man.
So?
You're not supposed to enjoy your stuff.
I'm not a father.
So, you have a father?
Yeah, he don't celebrate holidays. Yeah. He'll buy you something for your birthday, but you will never get something for him for Mother's Day or Christmas. Or he celebrates, I guess, you individually. He's never really been at the holiday.
So he don't expect gifts either?
He doesn't. He don't even want them.
Shoot, I need to be like that. I hate buying gifts.
Yeah. So that's another reason. Like, he don't have to buy you nothing back if he tell you not to get him nothing in the first place. But yeah, he don't buy Christmas gifts. He don't do none of that.
So he don't even be like dressing up for Christmas.
Nope. But my dad is one of the sweetest men you'll ever meet. Like, he might not give you gifts, but he will always give you something. Anytime you come to his house, he will give you something. You want juice, you want water. Hey, I thought of you. I picked this up while I was out. Like, he smokes a lot.
Birthday, he gave stuff.
Yeah, like for
He celebrate birthdays.
Yeah, he celebrates birthdays, but he doesn't celebrate holidays. So like for my birthday, he'll probably give me some weed and $100.
Like, I ain't gonna lie, holidays.
To me, holidays are stupid. And
like, you want me to buy you gifts, Christmas, birthday, then if you in a relationship, anniversary, then you got freaking Valentine's Day, Swedish,
that's why you give him stuff just because whenever. See, that's the one thing I learned from my dad is that's another reason why he don't give gifts. He feels it's stupid for everybody just to wait to a holiday and buy gifts. He will buy something for you throughout the year to show you he cares. He's like, I'm not waiting for a holiday to show him care. I'm gonna get you stuff while I'm out, I don't need a holiday, and then everything goes up during the holiday. So
Yeah, it is better.
yeah. Anytime I need anything, I call my daddy. He get it for me. If I'm not being a brat. And then, I don't really have anybody else to give holiday gifts to, so there's that.
Mm-hmm. Taking a nap immediately after.
I can tell you want to take a nap now.
Need to get a shower again.
Okay, I got an hour left. No. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. You don't have an hour left. I have an hour left until my next client. Yeah, you're going to be done before the next hour. Because I'm at the top now, so. At least I was right. If I finish it within the next, 30 minutes, maybe 2 hours. Maybe your bottom just sensitive. Because you would have winced at that earlier.
No, it'd be the whole head. Not the middle of my head, but the edges, man. Cause how can you be tender-headed in the middle of it?
Because being tender-headed is all about where the parts are that's sensitive.
In the middle of, it's only the end.
Yeah, if you got a sensitive patch in the middle of your head, anytime somebody pull the hairs on it, you gonna be like, ah.
Mm-mm.
And we almost done.
It's the back.
This is the top.
So how's it going back? Yeah, how's it going back? Ooh.
Because it's the back of the top. That's yeah. So remember I told you before I was going the U shape? Now I'm at the point where I go row by row. To me, when I start going row by row at the top, that's when I'm at the top. Okay, so yeah, this your last row going backwards. And then after this one, I'm gonna come to the front.
Do you think you can survive the temperature if outside is 500 degrees?
No.
Why?
That's too hot. I don't like 90. What?
Like maybe if the house on ice and you send the refrigerator?
The house has to be made out of ice?
No. Like you can use ice bags in the refrigerator.
For 500 degrees, I don't think that's gonna cut it.
Like humanly possible or just you?
What you mean?
Like, do you think just you can handle it? Or like
Humanly possible. We will bake and disintegrate.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you do understand most people start baking food at 350. Broil is at 600. If you want to broil something in your oven, it's at 600. So 500 is high heat when it comes to a stove. You might just catch on fire. I don't know.
You send the refrigerator.
What if the refrigerator melt? Because it's 500 degrees.
Sure.
So the thing is, a refrigerator is still an electronic. And you know, if electronics overheat, they don't work no more. But I say, if you think you throw a deep fridge in a volcano, you think it'll still be there.
Okay, but do you think if everything worked, you could be in the refrigerator and be fine?
Yeah, the refrigerator possibly, but I do feel like if it's 500 degrees and the refrigerator didn't melt, I don't feel like it will be freezing inside the refrigerator. I still feel like the outside temperatures will affect it, that it will be cool. But once you open that door, you're going to burn to death.
Yeah.
Because, like, my mom's refrigerator, right? In the wintertime, it freezes everything. Because the temperature outside makes it get colder. But in the summertime, she can't keep nothing in the refrigerator because it melts. Same refrigerator.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's battling the outside heat. Oh, you up now?
I was up when I said something about the.
You had to wake it up.
Come on.
I say, when did you get that tall? Almost done. It's been 30 minutes since we last looked at this clock. 20 minutes.
So do you think you can make it the time?
Hmm?
You gonna beat the time?
Yeah. Because I said I was going to be done with your hair by what, 2:30?
It was 1 hour or something.
Yeah, but at that point, remember, it was 1:30. And I was like, yeah, I got an hour and a half left. And he was like, for what? I was like, your hair. Because I got to be done with your hair by 2:30 in order to get to my other client at 3. And then how Liv be acting. How's this over there? Come back over here. And then I gotta go all the way to the west side. So it's gonna take every bit of 30 minutes.
Have you ever heard of weird lip drive?
Have you ever had a weird lip drive?
Yeah.
All the time.
How? Like, what can you do to make? How could they be weird? What?
I'm like, because you feel like because people got a license that they can't be weird.
Like, are you talking to them? Like, how could they be weird?
Some of them, yeah.
Like, what about them?
That's weird.
Yeah.
Sometimes the stuff they say, like this one time, I had a Lyft driver and it was taking me to the Roach House, and so it was a male driver. He picked me up from my house and we started having a conversation. Some of my Lyft drivers I have a conversation with. Some of them I either sleep or just don't say nothing at all. But this one was having a conversation, and so it was weird because at first when we have a conversation, it was just regular. And then he started talking about how he had a podcast. And then he was like, how he wanted me to have a guest star on the podcast. And then, mind you, this is a 15-minute drive, if that. By the end of the conversation, he wanted to leave his wife, start a life with me. Yeah. When we first started, he was like, yeah, I'm married and I got kids and yada yada. And then by the time he dropped me off, he was like, can I get your number? Like, I don't feel like my wife is the one for me anymore. And boy,
Yeah, what is bro saying?
people weird. Why don't you just get a divorce in that case? Yeah, y'all about to start getting your own folder on YouTube.
Do you already have a video of mine?
I think so. I can go there and look. But you know my YouTube, don't you?
No, you never told me. You said don't watch.
No, it was the other one, the ASMR one.
But if they're the same thing, I'll be able to.
They're
find it.
not the same thing. I have 8 YouTube pages.
Well, you didn't link them to each other.
No, absolutely
I don't know the hair.
not. Yeah, the hair one's strictly for hair. And then my ASMR is strictly for ASMR. And then my smoker's page is strictly for me smoking. I gotta start that one too. Oh, I don't know when I'm gonna do that one. That page, I gotta get back to it. It's so much stuff I gotta get back to. I don't know if I keep doing y'all hair. All right.
Hair is important.
Okay, so now we need to switch you around.
Like 3 rows. Like 6.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, 4.
So 4 altogether. So 3 after this.
It's 3 rows. And 2 strands per row.
No. The first row that I'm doing now is 2 of them. This one goes to another one. And then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this one is like, for the first it's like 4 per row. And then it goes into 6 per row. So all together, yeah, that. No, I'm just playing. 22. Yep.
Let's use the math. Great.
3 times 6.
I'm about to count each time.
You know what? I'm gonna do one of them like 3 times for you all. As long as you keep your hair like this, exactly like this, perfect. You gonna move. You know what? I'm tired of you.
I barely move.
You listen. My audience say you a problem.
I wonder if you peacefully passing away. Is it like easy to like just pass away, like the way it is easy to fall asleep?
I think it's the same way. Yeah, like
you just know you not gonna wake back up.
yeah. Like I feel like if you used to get shot, right? At first you're gonna feel the pain, and then you know if it's a slow, not if you just got shot up, but if it's a slow death, and so you start to lose blood, and so you start to lose feeling, and then your eyes get heavy, and then you're like, instead of you saying like, yeah, I'm about to go to sleep, you like, well, I just got shot. I know if I close my eyes, possibly I might not wake back up.
So how do you think the ants feel when they get stepped on? Don't you think that's dirty? Like that's really bold.
No, it's not.
The ants is walking by, just people just intentionally stopping them, like the kids.
Things happen. I think humans make things good or bad. In nature, there is no good or bad. It just is.
Well, like that's
Either you survive or
like
you
think
don't.
from their perspective, like giants, like basically imagine like giant, basically planets just occasionally just come onto the earth, like crash into the earth and just hit people.
Okay, put it to you this way, right? If we had giants, extremely tall giants, right? I have never went into an anthill and killed an ant. So if an ant is being killed, more than likely it's outside. Stop coming outside. There you go.
No, there do be kids who see the anthills and kick them.
What is different? I mean, me specifically. I didn't say people don't, because people burn it with magnifying glasses and all types of stuff.
Imagine getting flicked by like a human, like how that feel for them. They just fly.
Probably it's like you getting hit by a car or something.
I don't know how they be recovering, just be walking.
Because even though we can crush an ant easily, it's because we have so much force. But an ant's exoskeleton is actually very strong. It's like a bug covered in Iron Man suit, kind of.
So if the bug was our size, he'd be like.
Baby, if an ant was the size of a dog, I wouldn't be here. An ant can lift up at least 10 times its body strength. So that means.
I mean, bro is like not even a pound or not close to that. So I mean, 10 times his body strength seems reasonable. Oh, but if he's big, then...
Yeah. So like, yeah, if let's just say this ant weigh less than like 20 pounds ish. Yeah, no. And then on top of that, imagine fighting something your same weight, but ants have pinners, their beaks, which is very strong. If you think of like a crocodile, their pinchers when they squeeze down, yeah, they taking your leg off, shorty.
And then if you fight them and they like our size, like human size.
Yeah, and they fast. Like they walk with 4 legs. Only got 2. I don't know about you, but it's not the same.
Okay, average ant. Okay.
Sorry.
Average human is
The
like.
blood ratio.
I'm trying to think like weight. Average human probably like 200 pounds. Like between lightweights and heavyweights.
Let's say, yeah, we go with 200.
So that means he can lift 1,000 pounds. No, 10 times. 10 times.
Mm-hmm.
So
2,000.
2,000 pounds. Lift hard.
Sorry.
2,000 car. Like 2,000 car. A car.
2,000 pounds, yeah. Car. And then the thing is, it can probably bite through the car.
Yeah, and it could probably just swing you off your feet like that. You flying. Because it ain't no way.
Like, you ever seen 8-Legged Freaks?
Mm-mm.
Man, you should YouTube watch it.
Yeah, because that ain't gonna do you.
8-Legged Freaks is about a movie of a scientist. Well, scientist died really early on, so he ain't really in the movie. But off the reserve, he has shelter for bugs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And somehow his chemicals spilt into the spiders' cages, and they grew to astronomical size.
I think I did see that.
Yeah, so it made them grow like literally 1,000 times their size.
And they like terrorizing the world.
The city.
Yeah, city. Yeah, I think I did see it.
You stole my phone. Okay, here it is. And it was eating people and putting their bodies under the mall and turning them into like cocoons and stuff, wrap them up. It's a good movie.
Imagine dogs as humans. Like, what type of humans would these people be?
Well, my dog specifically, my little one would be a Karen. My older one, she'd probably be chill.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Need some more this way?
Hmm?
Need some more this way? No, like, yeah. Look up. Yeah. So I can see.
I don't even know what Louis would have been like. He,
As a human?
yes. Cause
A old man?
he's interesting. Yeah, but like race,
Ooh.
he interesting.
I
Like,
think he'd be an old Mexican man.
oh, he could. Yeah.
Because I don't really feel like Louis is a white man. I feel like
Nah.
he a little too rambunctious to be a black man.
Rambunctious? Louis don't do anything.
No, I mean like he don't do anything, but he's not a chill dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And he not bad.
Yeah, he's not
So
bad.
he can't just be like.
Yeah.
Sparkle is black.
You leave Sparkle alone. And then she got a name like Sparkle. Tell me that's not. Never mind. That's racist.
She is black.
Well, is it racist if I say because I'm black? Is that?
She had the ponytails and everything.
Because y'all put them in her because y'all black.
Her hair was ponytail. Her ears naturally grew like long hair. Like on her ear. So her hair would be like her two ponytails like this long all the time.
Aww.
She was a demon though. So bad, creep.
Aw. That's how mine's is. Like, I got one chill dog and one that's a terrorist. Like,
Imagine having a team of them, like both of them. Like,
I tell me, you want whooping? Want whooping? Keep acting up. Where my stick at? And then it go around. Yeah.
the Sparkle's black. You could count to 3 and she started running toward you. Like, if you don't come here.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2.
Because they understand. And then you want to look at me like I'm not talking dog. I don't have to talk dog. You understand. The nerve. Once I use my hair a little bit, kind of stuck together. For my dogs, they love asshole. Like at this point, they don't tear up my clothes no more, but they love to go through my laundry and put it on the floor and lay on it.
Sparkle used to do it. Louis do it too. If your clothes is on the floor, they just gonna lay on it just because.
No. They don't. My clothes is never on the floor. They take them out of whatever's in and put it on the floor.
Don't they have beds and can lay on the couch?
Well, no, but in their defense, well, my defense, they don't have these things because they keep tearing them up.
So they went to the next best option. Pull out some clothes or something.
Yeah. And the thing is, right, I even try again, like, okay, I'm not going to get y'all another bed, but I can start by getting y'all a carpet, like a little plush carpet. Throw that motherfucker up.
They be bored, maybe.
That's what my son said, they be bored. Like I said, I gotta get them some more toys. But they tear up their toys. They eat them.
Ain't that the point?
No, it's plastic. I don't think you're supposed to be eating that.
The point is to, like, demolish the toy.
Is it?
I mean...
I thought it was a toy. I thought you're supposed to squeak on it. And
right.
then I don't think that's puppy friendly.
Puppy friendly.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah. I don't think it's puppy friendly for them to be eating them toys like that.
Yeah, because the squeakers can get in their throat.
Right. And then my dog trying to breathe, all you hear is a squeaker toy.
Alright, I haven't seen a video like that.
I think the thing is, and on top of that, like I'm childish. So I'm up here, I'll be upset, but I'll laugh every time I hear and the, like the squeak, I will crack up. But I'll be hurt or something to my dogs. I say I'm gonna put them out every day.
You gonna put them?
Yeah, like every time I catch them on my clothes, I'm like, I'm about to make some chicken nuggets. I really am.
Chicken nuggets and dogs.
Yes. I don't even eat meat, but I'm making chicken nuggets tonight. And then, like, I'll just get done whooping them, and then they go back and do the same thing.
Dogs can only remember up to 5 minutes.
Nuh-uh.
Well, their actions, but like unless it's a repeated thing that they do multiple times. Like, of course they can like remember.
That's why I'm like, they get trained all the time.
They can remember a house, and they don't know what they're doing. Like,
oh, you about to find out what you're doing?
Yeah, but you gotta catch them in the act, and then you get them in trouble.
No, what I do is, because they're in the basement and the door's usually closed. So as soon as you open the door, they can hear you, and so they're gonna scurry.
Yeah, if you catch them, like, that's enough for them to remember what they did.
Yeah, and so I'll go down there, woo, 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 and I'm like, okay. So let's say if I'm doing laundry, right? And I don't believe I should put my clothes up so they don't touch them. You're gonna learn not to touch my stuff. And so they'll get into my laundry.
So they use their mouth to take it.
Yeah.
That's insane.
And they pause. They do. Like, I in my basement, I also got like a makeshift bed. So, because sometimes I'll spend hours down there doing laundry, cleaning the basement, whatever I need to do. And I'll get sleepy or tired or whatever. So I have like a little makeshift bed. They'll take my covers off my bed, be laying on them, because it's too high for them to hop up in it. But, yeah, they take my covers off my bed, be laying on my bed. I don't know what my covers smell like feet, but... And then they sometimes like to pee on me, so I don't like that.
This is the last row. Last row.
The next one?
This one.
No. I thought you was counting them.
I was going to.
What number did you stop at?
One. The first
one. Wow.
Because it got confusing instantly. I was like, I already know.
I see you got 4 rows.
Yeah, but then I couldn't even tell, like, because you was retwisting the drill and you put them together. So it just all got confusing. I didn't know what.
So it's 2 per twist.
It's not the math, it's the feeling it. Yeah.
Well, each time you feel a comb, that should be 1.
Yeah, but I don't know. You know.
Let's see. Come back. Sorry. I never decided what I want to eat. I think I'm just going to order some Taco Bell. Plus they got nacho fries back. That was your fault.
What?
I made a mistake and pushed the wrong button on my phone. Well, after this row, I only have 1 more. and I got 10 minutes. What?
You're gonna be done. So I can go to sleep.
You was asleep when I got here.
Yeah. I was considering like, Mom, just let me go to sleep until she actually here. But you was here when you was here at 10 on the dot this time. Sometimes you be a little like, but you was 10 on the dot this time. So it wasn't even like I could get no more decimals of sleep.
I'm trying to be more professional. Okay.
You might have been early. I'm gonna be honest.
I think I was actually early. I got here at like 9:40, 9:45.
Yeah.
Because on top of that, I had gotten done with my client. And so, I tried to get as close to, because at first I messaged you and you didn't answer. I'm like, well, you're probably asleep. So then I messaged your mom and I'm like, are you up? Are you there? She was like, yeah. And she was just like, let me know when you're closer so I can wake him up just when you get closer. And then the GPS said I was 30 minutes away, but then the lift had to get gas. So it put an extra 10 minutes on there.
They got gas while you was in the car?
Yes. They got gas. They was at the gas station while I was at the car.
What? I feel like that's so unprofessional.
It is, but hey, you should have paused it or filled up. Because the thing is, I didn't Uber, but I used to DoorDash. And DoorDash asks you, do you have all your things? They ask you, do you have your bag? Do you have your card? Do you have a full tank of gas before you even accept any trips? And if you put no on none of those, it won't let you take no trips.
Well, you could just lie.
Yeah, most people do. Just lie. Because if I got a half a tank of gas and I'm trying to earn some money, I'm not going to tell you, no, my gas tank not full. What?
You're going to be like, please go to the local gas station.
Mm-mm. I'm going to be so happy to get to my house. I'm not talking y'all till tomorrow. I'm turning my phone off early today.
It's like one more drink.
Yeah. One more after like 9 of them.
9?
Oh, I was on the money. Yes, like 9. Okay. I wasn't exact, but you don't want to know what the exact number is. But I was close. Well, not 9 more twists, 9 more locks. So that means only like 4 more twists. Give or take.
Sounds like a good offer.
Hmm?
Sounds like a good offer. What if 2 people did your hair over locks?
They have.
Like somebody do the back, somebody do the top.
Yeah, they don't usually do it with locks. But like at the African shops, the braiding shops, whatever you want to call it, they'll have 2 people doing your braids at once. Like when people want box braids and
I feel like that hurt so bad for me.
box braids?
2 people doing my hair.
Oh, but you say like, oh, you about to get some box braids?
Like, you know.
I mean, let me know. I do them over locks. If you ever need some, get it pop it. Like, let me know if you want color. I can get you some 27B, which is like a blonde. Some 99J, which is like a purple.
They got past.
Just let me know. I got you, baby. I got you. Just let me know ahead of time, because y'all know y'all like to wait till the last minute. Your mama be so jealous.
Oh, when I read that.
No, she see me do your hair in box. But she's like, I want
Oh, if I can dig it up.
some. Yeah, I kept your mom informed on me getting here. So
She knew when I was getting here. I just figured you was still asleep.
I thought the alarm said directly at 10.
Aw. Poor baby.
Which is kind of stupid because I'm going to set the alarm directly at 10 when that's when the appointment starts.
I mean, like you said, I'm usually a couple minutes late. So let's just say if I usually get here at 10:30. If you get up exactly at 10, you got time to brush your teeth, wash your face, eat. But just so y'all know, I'm trying to be more professional on time. Especially as me as a black stylist, like, a lot of people talk mess.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. I was all off. A lot of people talk mess about black stylists, about how professional they are, how they're not on time. So I try to go out of my way to be the opposite. This one Uber driver said I don't sound black, which is offensive, but whatever.
Were they black?
Yes, he's African actually.
Uh,
He asked me was I from West Africa.
well, they definition of black probably different.
No, he meant like ghetto.
That's
exactly it, because when he described it, he's like, you don't sound like the average black girl that I hear talk. You sound educated. Bitch. I'm sorry, my bad language.
You don't want to be known.
But the thing is, you don't understand. When people say that about black people, are you saying that normally black people are not intelligent? Are you saying that there's another race who is always intelligent? Like, what are we saying here?
I mean, the people around us in this environment, a fair amount of them aren't. So I guess you can't say that. But not the races in general, but...
Yeah, just because you can speak the king's English don't mean you're intelligent. That just means whoever dialect was around, you picked up on it. A lot of people speak Ebonics and be very intelligent. And be very intelligent. Or are very intelligent. Whatever.
2 more? Twist.
I would say at the most 3. Because you only got 1 more row left. So, yep. 2, which is 4. And then you gotta do these up here. But I gotta add that one. So, as like I said, at the most 3. Come on, rubber band. Why? If you don't give me my rubber band back. Alright, last row. Yay! And the crowd goes wild.
The crowd's asleep.
I'm gonna send you all the comments they say on your video. Matter of fact, after I done uploading, remind me to send you a link to it. You can see it yourself.
Right.
And then if they start talking mess about you, you gotta stand up for yourself. Taught you better than that.
Poof, it's summer. I don't even go to school.
You said who?
I said, poof, it's summer. I don't even go to school.
Yeah.
Forgot.
So you out of school now?
Yeah.
When was your last day?
Friday.
My son's too. Well, technically it was Thursday. Because he does virtual on Fridays. And it wasn't no virtual, so.
Yeah.
He's out for the summer. Well, he got a job. So.
I mean, YouTube is my job right now.
Which is perfectly fine.
It's fun though.
Yeah, I mean, do something you love. If what you want to do in life, if you don't love it, you won't succeed in it. Because nothing is going to be easy all the time. And if you don't have that drive in you to keep going even when it's not easy, you won't succeed. I'm quite for sure not every moment was happy with you.
probably like some footage you might have lost, or this one didn't get as many likes, but it made you work harder. It made you go harder because this is something you really want to do. Otherwise, you would have gave up. 185,000. You know what? Y'all not doing your hair no more. 185. I only have 185,000.
I didn't even say only.
That's what it sounds like to me. Nothing major. It's only 185,000 people.
I didn't say any of that.
I only have 400,000 views on my last video. You sound like a troll, sir.
That's a good amount.
It is, and it's an impeccable amount, which I'm very proud of you. Taught you everything you know. Making me proud.
My neck is dying.
Telling you. I say, you want to lift up for a second? Look at that one. We got two more. I'm glad I didn't make your locks any bigger. Because you wouldn't think that with the parts I made, that these things would be this thick. Sorry. You ain't feel that. It's okay. And you have an exact perfect amount of locks. I knew I was a genius.
You just split them, so I don't even, and then you just gave me a new one, so I don't understand.
But I split two of them, which made it back even. Huh. You know, you don't do math, do you? I split one over here, which makes it even.
No, you gave me one over here, and you split two.
Which means you got two extra locks.
And yeah. So now I got 224.
224?
Yeah, because you added 2 lots.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the time. Let me see, what time is it? 2:33.
I have was the last one.
Yeah, told you.
So that was the last one?
You got one more. Not this one, but you got one more after.
I got my hopes.
So, yeah. Sorry, Kim. Wait, how many did you say you had before?
222. I mean 122. Oh, did I
So
say
you-
200?
123, right?
Oh my God, I said 224. I meant 124.
124?
Now I do. I have 122.
Well, then, yeah, you knew you had even amount. You know what? You would never scream like that.
That hurt.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
That's bananas.
My loves will be in the adult stage when they drop.
Mm-hmm. or an advanced teenager age. Okay.
So many stages.
No, it's only really 3 stages. Is your baby stage when you first start at starter locks, which is the loose ones. The ones that are easy to come down. And then you got them with, like now when they start to bud, which is like the teenager, and then fully bud. Only reason why I say a young adult is because, of course, there are micro stages like in between that, but it's only to further explain where you are. It's only really 3 stages. I mean, I think it's 5 actually. Never mind. Don't listen to me.
You done?
Maybe. Oh, look at you! Oh, look how far your hair come down!